Hey everybody, I found my camera. It's up there. We're back with an all-new SCNS Plays D&D. I'm not going to go around the table and ask. We have Brana, we have Alabroth, we have Ronnie, we have Octavia, we have Azra. They're in the middle of a fight.
Yay.
Oh, do you want me to music?
Yeah, in a minute. They went to Octavia's homeland and uncovered a plot by the Vayer Council seemingly to let Vayer be destroyed, and the council has stripped all good military and good people who will agree with their mission and already sent them off. They're planning to leave Vayer to be destroyed and go to Lac Rose, and all of the council that is alive, there are 5, all of them except one fled. The one being Lithian Dawnstar, who turned into an avatar of the god of destruction, Karad, animated some people into her service, and you are in the middle of that battle. Octavia is unconscious. And a quick thinking Azra teleported the 3, herself, Octavia, and Brana, who is able to stabilize and heal some hit points, out of the battle to just a safe, very nearby place.
I haven't liked being unconscious for a month, I will say. Over a month.
That's all I wished for in high school.
Should be unconscious for a month.
Like, I didn't want to be alive necessarily. I just
sleep for a very long
wanted
time.
to not be around for a
If you
while.
could guarantee that you would wake up from a coma and enter it willingly and that you know you would be taken care of, would you?
Oh, for sure.
For sure?
Yeah.
But just 1 month?
Yeah.
Could be interesting.
Could be fun.
I mean, as long as bills didn't
Oh, my
come with
muscles, though.
Okay.
I've worked so hard on the...
They'll come back quickly.
it. You're in your 30s.
I am in my 30s. It's going to get harder and harder from here, folks.
Okay, are we good? Are we ready? Are we
We're good to go.
caught up?
Yes. That's awesome.
Okay, we are picking right back up. I should have moved this earlier.
This is a good example of a rectangle book.
Absolutely.
But you see the vision.
Okay,
See it,
so
First up is bad guys.
yeah, first up
Who
is
hopefully can't
these
teleport.
2 guys.
Was it them?
It
Oh, hold
was
on, let me change to the battle map.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Nice.
this one is going to move in, so they are flanking, and they're both going to take 4 swings at Alabroth.
Woo!
So, what is your AC right now?
23. Sorry.
Woo!
Because you still have plot armor.
I haven't hit
going.
plot armor yet. I didn't get a chance to.
You did the wall of protection thing a while ago. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's done. But
Yeah.
now the shield's absorbing hits. So
Mm.
yeah, I didn't.
You did the Reinhardt shield.
Yes,
Yeah.
but
What does he say?
I
Get
still
behind
need to
me.
know if they
I think
don't
so.
connect. I still need to know the damage they would have output.
You need to know they need to roll damage even if they don't hit.
I need to know how much they would have hit for.
You can, we're just going to use it's 9. You can just use 9 for those numbers.
Okay, I'm adding additional 9.
Oh, wait.
What?
No, yeah, 9.
Okay. Did I get hit?
Yeah, but only 6 times.
Wait, what? Oh shit.
They missed twice,
Okay.
so that's 18 total that they missed.
All right.
And then 1, 8.
Oh, 18 total that they missed.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not 9. That's 8. 18.
Okay, that's
Oh, this eraser sucks. Oh, good. Close. and I just need to know how much damage I take to you. So. Jesus.
Hang on.
Oh boy.
What's 9 plus 5 is 14.
Okay.
76.
I take 76 points of damage. All right
But
then.
the shield takes a lot of that, right?
I mean, that's what's upping my. Well, hang on. Let me look and see how Sentinel Shield works because I should have been. Okay, with Sentinel Shield up. Nope. We've already used the defensive uses. I'm absorbing damage now, so the shield is dropped, so that's not even a factor anymore.
Okay.
Okay, so 76 points of damage.
Yep.
Okay then.
Normal human amount.
Yeah, but that is both of their turns and Octavia is next.
Brana's up next.
Because it was after
Mine does not
Azra's
say
turn.
that.
She took a picture from
Yeah,
the initiative
you're right,
track
you're
that we
right,
had.
you're right.
Is
It
that a
was-
different fight or something?
No, it says Brian Damon at the top, and I got confused for a second, but it was Adam and Carter that
Exactly.
attacked. So, like, yeah, it's Brana's turn.
Brana's
Mhm.
up next.
Alabroth after Brana.
No, you're right.
Alright, I need to borrow a d4 from someone.
Here you go.
Alright, Brana's gonna run up to Octavia and do healing hands. Wait. I'm incorrect, I need to borrow 2 more d6. Or not
D6.
d4. D4.
I got D4. Oh, he got D4s.
D4s for days.
May the force be with you.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
Is Bless still up?
Doesn't matter because y'all are out of range anyway.
But we weren't when cast it.
Also, I got hit, so concentration was broken anyway.
Okay.
Okay, so it's
So-
gone.
That is one thing I am going to make you do is the Sentinel Shield is going to require concentration. Like, it's...
I mean, it's already burned out from the
No, I
defensive
know.
use. So.
But, I mean, for
20.
the last battle.
20. Thank you very much. Dude, just
You're right. Don't do that again.
try not to, I guess.
All right,
He's
so
gonna.
that was
well,
another
he
round
can't
of
help you.
damage.
Yeah, I think that takes.
Yeah.
I think the healing hands takes his whole round.
It takes an action. He can get back in there if he wants to, like, draw, like, ire or whatever. It's
Yeah, there's
He can get back in there with his movement if
yeah,
you
there's
like.
windows and then a door right here, I think.
Yeah.
When Octavia pops up, Azra starts breathing again.
And so does Octavia!
He's
Or-
good.
That was so bad.
What's your passive insight? It's quite high.
Room managing volume.
My passive insight. It's just a small 23.
So you definitely catch that Azra, like, panicked. It's not surprising,
Yeah.
but it is interesting. Like, okay.
Give a little pat on Azra's back.
Yeah.
No, she gets
I'm not
passed.
even there. Why are you
And then
backing
do
in?
If I
you
could help you to your feet in this, I would, but I don't think I'm allowed.
you can either you can use half your movement to get her to her feet and not make it all the way back inside if you want. It's up to you.
That's fine.
You can
Right.
snipe.
Yeah. Rana's chill was not
Anybody snipe.
running directly back in there just yet, so he's gonna use half his
Get her.
movement to help you to your feet.
Thank you. I can get back inside and run circles around the bad guy with all my movement.
Yeah, exactly. It's more important that you get inside.
Okay. Do you want to just start moving back to the door so you can go infinite everywhere? Or
Yeah.
no?
I'll just go ahead and start moving
Yeah.
towards the door.
So you go some. So that's fine. And after that is Alabroth, right?
Spell and cantrip,
Yes.
please.
Brian
Huh?
and Damon done
Spell
next.
and cantrip.
Oh, what's the spell?
Holy Aura.
Is it a bonus?
No. It is, but plot armor is a bonus.
Plot armor is a bonus and is technically is not a spell. Is
Mhm.
technically an ability, so you
Alright.
can do that.
So after taking all those hits with the shield and going down to a knee, Alabroth goes, my turn. I hit my holy symbol and cast Holy Aura. Instantly, I start glowing golden, including the... What is the range on this? Sorry, I've never cast this one, so...
Fun.
Brand new spell.
It is, and it's one of my... It's like a top-level spell here. Okay, here we go. Concentration 1 minute is an action. It is a 30-foot emanation. Everything around me is glowing. If anyone hits me right now, they have to make a Constitution save beating a 22, or they're blind.
Nice.
Ooh.
And they have disadvantage on all attack rolls on me, including anyone within the 30-foot aura.
What? Including anyone?
Including any allies within the 30-foot aura. While in aura, creatures of your choice, which I'm going to choose these guys, have advantage on all saving throws, and other creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls against them.
Damn.
And if anyone hits them with a melee roll, they also have to succeed on the Constitution saving roll, or they're blind. So, hint, hint, get inside the aura.
Yeah.
Sure.
Is it when you cast the aura, or at any point during it?
It just says it's an action, so I would assume when I cast it.
No, I mean, like, do they have to be within that aura when you cast it, or can they walk inside and then be in it?
It doesn't give it. It just says while in the aura.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I was gonna say, if it's anything like a paladin or it's an ongoing thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just follows the paladin around.
And-
Paladins, you have to cast them.
Okay, and then I hit plot armor.
So if they try to attack anyone, they're basically fucked.
They actually,
Yeah.
like, and we never got around to fiddling with it, which is why it's OP as fuck. They can't hit other people except on, like, reaction hits.
Okay.
So yeah. There was no saving throw for that. They're just compelled.
And it ups my...
It ups your AC by 2.
Okay, my AC is 25 now. At least while the duration of that. 3 turns. So, get in here, everyone. And I'm done.
Okay.
That's all I can do.
That is,
So you did Holy Aura and
Bryn
activated
and Damon,
plot
the
armor?
other baddies.
Okay.
So I'm just a big glowing kaiju now.
well,
Golden light.
yeah. We'll see how that works out. Okay, so,
Also looks like golden liquid on the ground and just kind of bubbles.
and it's very striking to the people who have literally surrounded you. You're going to take... They're not that bright, so they're just gonna keep swinging at you. That one hits. That one does not. It's a nat 20.
Oh!
That one hits. That one hits. That one hits.
Well, remember, they have to make their saving throws. Or is that...
Or they're blind.
Yeah. I'm just going to take the average on this. That is 63. I'm
Okay.
gonna roll their con saves.
I took 63 points of damage.
Yeah.
Dear God.
Or does he still take the damage?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That was 63. Okay.
Okay. I'm rolling the saving throws.
Not great.
He will also need to know the damage per attack so he can make his concentration checks on Holy Aura.
I mean, it was 9. You have to make 7 of them, but they're all 10
Okay.
DC.
Okay, so
Jesus.
how many I have to roll?
You gotta pass 10.
No, you gotta pass 7.
7 DC 10 concentration checks.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Concentration broken. It was a 2.
Oh.
You know what? We're gonna make an exchange here, okay? I should have rolled their saving throws at the same time to see if they had disadvantage. And I didn't do that, and they failed on the third one, respectively. So they would have hit 3 times. I will let you keep your concentration up
Okay.
if you take all the damage that I threw at you already.
Okay.
And we'll just call that an even exchange because I
Right.
should have done that in the moment. Yeah, good?
Yeah.
Sounds
Cool.
I'm not looking great.
They're both blind now,
Yay.
and you still have Holy Aura up.
Sneaky, sneaky.
And that is their turn. It is Octavia's turn.
Okay.
Ronnie next.
Yeah. I'm going to. Can I tell who's blind? Hold on.
It's the light colored ones are blind.
At level 8 spell too.
I'm going to say no. Not unless you take time to do so.
That's fair. Would I be considered flanking?
Actually, no. I'll let you roll an insight check because there's no way you don't notice it's very, 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 very bright in the room all of a sudden.
17.
Not through their helmets.
Okay. Would I be considered flanking? I don't know if she's immune.
She's not immune, but like that's not flanking.
Oh, okay. I don't know how big she
Alabrock's
was.
not close enough, I think.
I think.
It's,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is Alabras not close.
Okay. Who do we want dead the most quickly?
Big.
Big? Okay.
Sorry, because last I remembered, we had dealt a lot of damage to Lithian, is that right?
We've put up a decent amount of damage on her.
Yeah.
And we think that those will stop doing what they're doing if she's not up anymore.
Pinky
You
squats.
have primarily focused on her. She is officially like bloodied, but not
Okay.
badly.
Have we? I don't remember. Have we noticed any elemental damage doing more or less?
You,
don't think so.
I think somebody passed some sort of insight. She's resistant to everything.
Great.
But just resistant to everything.
Okay.
I effectively doubled her hit points and left her alone.
Fair. Okay, so Octavia's gonna shake out her hands and catch them on fire and start making attacks. First one is 19 to hit.
19 does not hit her.
Next one doesn't either, because that's 2. She's gonna do. That is a natural 20.
Hey yo.
And she's
Beat
gonna
that
be
hands.
flurry. And the last one's a 29 to hit.
Everything
So-
you think hits, and it's 23.
23. Okay.
That's right.
So, I did check the wording. When I've done this, I can choose to pump in essentially as many D10s as I have key points. So I'm going to dump 7.
Whoa.
So that's 16 D10 because it's a natural 20.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I'm gonna, in the future, I'm gonna make you predetermine, like, if
just-
you hit. But I'm gonna let you have this, because I think it's cool.
Okay. Gotcha. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 8. D10.
Actually,
Okay.
that's,
Yep, you're right.
that's not for sure. We'll look at it together. But
Okay.
regardless, like, it might, that does sound like a monk thing, is you can
Yeah,
just
it-
pump as many as, so
Yes,
we'll look at it later,
okay.
but, like, that sounds good.
So that's 8, 9, 10, 11.
I forgot my dice.
Yeah, I can roll.
Jason, do you have any D10s?
Here, I have, these
D10s?
are just solid black ones, so they'll stand out.
Those are 10s.
Okay.
How many you
so 2 more.
This is 2. If
That's
you
2.
if
Okay.
you're
Hey,
okay.
use the special circle one.
Yay!
You do that. Fuck me. Okay. It's gonna take a minute. Sorry. 10, 20,
I'm gonna just check how many hit points she has left.
30, 40, 50.
Want you to be aware that one hit
60.
probably can't kill her.
Yeah.
Okay,
60, 74, 83, 91.
Plus 13.
91, 100,
104?
104.
Holy shit.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So that's the first hit.
She just
Yeah.
beat.
That's directly on you.
So that's the first hit. Oh, wait. Plus 8. So
Okay, yeah.
112. And the second hit
Wait.
is 10.
No. What did you just add at the very
Her actual modifier.
My
yeah,
modifier.
like how many more? How
8.
many more?
8 more.
8 more.
Yeah. And then the second hit is 10.
Okay. Let me see. So how much total? Hang on. I have it at
112 was the total.
122 for both of them. Actually, 130
Modifiers.
as modifier.
What is 130? What?
That's with the modifier
All of
added.
the damage in my entire
dude.
turn.
Sorry.
I had 120.
Yeah,
I was looking
112
for that.
was the first hit. The second hit, I rolled. No, I rolled a 2. So it is 10. So it is 122.
okay.
I'm so sorry. 122 total.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I had.
Oh, I can only. Is that. I spend 1 key point when the attack hits? Does that mean I can only spend 1 key point? Or I can spend a key point when the attack hits?
I think it's capped at 1.
You think it's capped at 1? I
Yeah.
can completely redo that. Okay.
No, I said we'll look at it later. We will look at it later.
Okay.
Like, and at that time, you won't be punished if you read it incorrectly. Like, that is a DM power people totally have.
Yep.
But yeah, okay. So you let me see. No. I was counting up instead of down. 122.
Yeah. Took up almost all my remaining.
Okay.
Oh, I no longer roll for healing.
Okay, you watch as you take a full 43% of her remaining hit points out of her in one hit. She looks very annoyed at you. Do you try to stunning strike her at all or no?
Yeah.
Once?
Once.
The stunning strike would be a key point, right?
It is a key point. I have 4 left, so now I have 3
Oh,
left.
I thought
But
you
it's
spent all
not
of them.
another action or anything.
Yeah.
Okay, she does make it. Roll me one final insight check.
28.
She's relieved she made it. She might not have other resources to expend anymore, which would be in line with what you would assume. Ronnie.
And then you next. Lippy.
I wonder if she's mad.
She might be a little.
Oh shit, I get a key point back.
Huzzah!
Because I rolled a natural 20.
How does Alabroth look?
Not great.
What does that mean?
I have 35 of my 183 hit points.
I meant to do this at the top. What are hit point totals compared to your maximum? Just because we started in the battle again.
I'm good. I'm 132 out of 146.
I have 20.
Out of
143.
I'm at 148 out of 166.
I'm at 49 out of 129.
I've been rolling like shit because I rolled for my hit
You
point.
can't
I do
object
the
to
average.
that.
And
I do
also-
the
and
average.
you're at what?
I just got an
35.
amulet that increases my con to 19.
Cool.
So I need to do something once we
So that's.
get back around to me. Luckily, I'm
Running.
very hard to hit
40
right now.
hit points.
Okay,
No. 20 more hit points. Just because.
based on
Con.
their history together, is Alabroth looking like Ronnie should concern himself with his health right now, or beat this lady's ass right now?
You're familiar with plot armor,
Maybe.
you know how it works, so you know that, like, I think you can roll for it if you want. I think you'd be concerned knowing how plot armor works.
That's
though,
what I'm
right?
thinking too.
Yeah.
Let me.
But you also saw Octavia take a chunk out of her, so it's really like a toss-up.
For
Hold on.
at this moment, Albroth looks over at his friend and looks.
You also do know they're doing like an average of 35 a pop every time they go.
Okay. And.
Yeah,
If I fall, the holy aura drops, and
Okay, hold on. Okay.
In my inventory, like, do I have healing potions? No, I have monk magic for dummies.
normally I wouldn't. Normally I wouldn't care, but now it's like if I fall, everywhere, this is gonna go badly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Son of a bitch. I can't range.
Because
Use
you
your
were
words.
in the
I don't
room,
think
I
words-
will let you know that the two are blind that are blind.
Okay, which two
The-
are blind?
It's
the
the
bright
one, the
ones.
lighter ones.
Okay.
Everything would have a disadvantage on an attack roll
Where am
against
I
you.
putting-
Can
Duck in here. Yeah.
like that was
Like
gonna
right
help.
behind Alabroth.
Just gonna move her arm.
Literally square behind him.
There you go.
Okay.
So you got advantage on them because they're blind.
Not from that close.
If you are blind, you can't see attacks coming, so attacks against you have advantage, and you have disadvantage trying to hit things.
Right, but being that close with a ranged weapon, I should,
Oh, it would
if he
cancel out with-
tries to,
yeah.
then it will cancel.
That's true.
Okay.
You have advantage before you get there, though, because
Also,
they are blind.
They have the blinded until the end
So
of their
you can
next
shoot.
turn. So
You could shoot before you move,
I thought it was
and that's
until the
fine.
end of the spell.
Cure
no,
wounds.
just until the end of its
Okay.
next turn.
Okay.
Whoever gets blinded.
Cure
So if
wounds
they hit
on.
again, they get blinded.
Cure wounds on you.
Thank you.
16. 16
Nice.
back.
Do you have a borrow something? I've got my whole
No.
ass bag.
I'm fine.
I just know how much I hate rolling digital dice.
We already tried with several different sets, and she was just like,
It will be fine.
they're not running enough.
They're
That's
not
fair.
running.
Which
That's
is,
51. So
I have a clear D8.
I mean, I have the cool.
if we could just get
dice.
back around to me, I can hit I can do a channel divinity and just like, psych.
I'm in that aura right now. What does it do to me?
Everything has a disadvantage on hitting you, and if it does hit you, it's blinded until the end of its next turn.
Almost it makes a DC 22 Constitution. But some of that doesn't matter right now because they're kind of compelled to hit Alabroth with plot armor. Is that it for your turn? I don't know if he has stuff he can do, but if he can, then
He gets 2 attacks per action, but I don't have extra actions as far as I know. That heal spell is an action. I
You
can't
don't
do
really
anything
have a
else.
bonus with that attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. That's fair. After you is Lithian.
Yeah, I built Ronnie to be a support character, so.
Well, you do some good damage.
Lithian is going to.
I was gonna say his class is not support, but his personality is. So
Yes. Yeah, I see that.
Okay, it's going to make an attack with the Spear of Ares. No, it's not Ares' spear, it's Karad's spear.
Ah.
It's not that I took somebody's avatar. And reskinned it. That didn't happen. Okay. Well, that hits.
25?
This is the boss.
Yeah.
25
yeah,
chump
it
change.
was a 36. Does a 36 hit?
If
Yeah,
I roll over an 11, no, if I roll an 11, I can hit it. AC
Wow.
25. Like,
Okay, yeah, it beats my 25 AC.
I was gonna say I have a
Actually,
plus
same.
14 to hit.
Same, yeah.
hooray! Now
Okay,
let's watch our
so
friend die.
hits, it does. I'm gonna roll this because this is
And
important.
this is the last round for my shield. So,
We'll make it count.
also the shield has just been steadily starting to glow more and more the more hits I take.
She's gonna blow.
Yes.
I'm glad I'm behind you.
Oh shit.
You're not. You should be. Hopefully.
I was-
Hopefully.
I
If
was
I'm
doing
still
stuff.
standing.
Okay, so hits with this spell. I rolled it and I took the average both, and they're both at least 44 points.
Okay then.
Why doesn't Lithium cast more spells for me to counterspell? I can't counterspell attack.
Spell from here. I'm gonna be
Yeah, well, my turn's up next.
there.
I'll get in position.
What position?
Then it opens a
Huh?
wound in Alabroth. Let me see.
CEO.
No.
Mission
I have 7 hit points.
It opens a
God, I healed you by
wound
16
that
just
you
before
know needs to be addressed, like immediately.
Like this motherfucker.
She does make that saving throw.
But they're blind.
She
They-
made the first one. She
Oh, really?
made it.
I thought she was blinded if it hit.
Yeah, if it no, you have to make a Constitution saving throw. of
Which she
22.
has,
Okay.
She makes the first one. She's blinded on the second one. Just gonna give her disadvantage, which means she misses. She misses 2 out of 3 of her attacks.
Okay. So did I take the full damage on that, or was there?
Well, she made the last one with disadvantage, and she did still.
So did I take less or more damage than what you've already given me?
No, this is a roll. If this is higher, your AC is a
25.
25. If this is an 8 or higher, you're gonna go down, basically.
8 or higher.
Yeah.
2!
So Alabroth stays up.
Take that,
No,
fucking
I can't.
asshole. No.
What's the next line of people that can attack here?
The end of your turn, it is Azra, and at the end of Azra's turn, she might strike out.
Okay then.
But it is Azra's turn.
Oh boy. Okay. First I need to move into position. So I guess I've got 6 squares of movement. We said a window is where?
There's a window right there.
Like
but
right
there's
there?
also one like right next to you.
Yeah.
One right here. one right
Really,
here.
like, you
Okay.
teleported based on some of your movement, ideally. Like, before you're inside the door, you can have been pretty much wherever you want. Like,
I'm here now. Good?
sure.
Great. Alright. Then, okay. Should I make an insight check to see if I know the light ones are blind? Cool. Nope, I don't. So I see Alabroth is looking. His knees are wobbling.
He's looking huge, first of all. His
Yeah.
plot armor just literally makes him grow bigger.
And there's that glowing aura around him.
That's new and insanely bright. That hasn't happened with plot armor.
He does also look like he's gotten his ass beat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm dying.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I'm trying to figure out. Azra did not have her spell list prepared for a big fight, so she's just working with what she's got.
Yeah, I think the reality you observe is that Alabroth is surrounded and looks wobbly.
Mm-hmm. I think...
Now I'm spoiled as a DM because I'm just like, I can take a legendary action and just go between Alabroth and the bad guy. I'm like, no, I can't. I'm not the bad guy.
No.
It fucking spoils you.
I can do whatever I want.
Exactly.
You go before she does, though.
Before she does, but not before they did. And I could have taken that attack and gone down, but
You
yeah.
couldn't have taken it while he was plot armor.
Oh, that's true.
You don't
I feel
have...
better now.
You don't have, like, resistance to fire, do you?
Let's say I do.
You only have 20 HP.
Yeah.
Let's
So
say that
no.
Ronnie has lots of hit points and can heal.
Yeah, but she's gonna throw a fireball.
I don't have fireball. I have wall of fire.
Holy shit, Azra.
I wasn't prepared for combat. I still have wall
Sorry,
of fire.
go ahead.
So if I drew a line right there and had the fire coming this way, I could hit all three of them at once, but you would be...
In it.
Actually, so wall of fire is a line, and it hits everything 10 feet on a side of your choice. Is there a line I can draw so that Alabroth is on the safe side, but the wall is still 10 feet from, more than 10 feet from Octavia?
You can make the wall round. You can shape it.
If I do it round, it hits everything inside the circle. So if I could encircle all of you, but then Alabroth and you would take fire damage, and Alabroth can't afford the fire damage.
There's 15 feet between her and Alabroth, so yeah.
Okay. I will do a wall of fire facing this way, and I will basically draw a line in between them and Alabroth, with Octavia being just outside the range of the fire.
Okay.
Gucci?
Yeah.
Great. I will do that. Let me decide. I could do 9th level. I could just nuke it. That would be 10d8, half on a successful 22 dex save. And do we think she's out of legendary resistances now?
We think so.
Yeah? Okay, that's good.
We believe so. And no better time to fuck her up.
Yeah. I mean, what else?
Level 9 makes me nervous.
The only 9th level spell I can do that is 9th only takes a minute to cast, so...
You can't use it in combat anyway.
Yeah, I'll just do it. Yeah, I'm going to do a 9th level Wall of Fire.
Get her ass.
Those three need to pass 22 dex saves, or they take 10d8 fire damage.
Right away, how does it work as far as the timing? Like right away, because I know it has some on your turn.
Yeah,
It appears immediately and you sustain it.
Yeah, a creature takes the damage when it enters the wall for the first time on a turn, or ends its turn there. The other side of the wall deals no damage. So, when I summon the wall is considered like their first time entering it, and then if they're still there on the end of their turn, or if they move out and come back in on their turn, it's another 10d8, and it's halved if they pass the checks.
Okay.
So let me roll the
what is
damage.
On the bright
DC?
side,
22
if
dex.
Alabroth is still confused about who his friends are, he knows that Ronnie just healed him.
Yep.
All right.
Gonna die.
Rolling 10d8 or d8s. Rip. I thought it was 10d10.
It
I'm
depends
done.
on how many attacks
Which one's
I
the
have.
d8? Not that one. Not that one. This one. All right.
They're going
8. Another 7 is 15. Another 5 is 20. Another 12 is 32. And then these last ones, 32 plus 11, 43. So 43 damage if they fail, and
21.
21 if they pass.
Okay, so Lithian passed this time 21.
Yeah, 21 on the half.
Okay.
43 on the fail.
Okay.
Jason, could I borrow your pencil? And
And
You're gonna leave the man without a pencil?
He's got,
He's got another
got
pencil.
spares. Yeah. There we go. That's the wall of fire.
Sure.
Also behind him is a pencil.
And then,
that's true.
yeah, Adam passed, and we're gonna call that Damon failed. So 40,
43.
43. And Damon's looking rough.
What's up for him?
Yeah.
Which one?
Poor baby.
Which one's that?
Damon is the
Touch my dice.
light one over there, I think. Is that right?
I can get his ass.
Or is he the dark one?
D4s.
No, yeah, Brienne and Damon are light ones.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm not doing it to any test you actually have
that
tested
was
because I'm-
So this line is dark, that line is light.
Adam passed, so he gets 21.
And I've got no bonus actions to do, so that's the end of my turn. Next is the dark minions, Adam and Carter.
They're both going to roll at Alabroth. They both have advantage from flanking canceled out by blindness.
Oh, cool.
Great.
They are blind as hell.
Fail. 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 That's... No, because of plot armor, that's another fail. So that's 4 fails in a row.
Nice.
Fail. Fail.
I'm fighting for my life here, y'all.
Fail. Like, I'm rolling these live. These are real numbers.
That's not a good sound.
These are all rolling to hit, yes?
Yeah. So, just go back to the thing I had.
They don't get any like disadvantage up close with blindness. No.
Well,
They-
it's
they
canceled
do.
out by flanking.
Yeah.
And any,
I was gonna say, they're no-
however
Yeah.
many you stack, it's still canceled
Yeah.
out if you have.
10
Okay.
disadvantage and 1 advantage means you roll flat.
Oh,
Which is
All right,
frustrating
well,
sometimes.
oh,
It's
Okay,
very nice.
so
Yeah. It's nice for bookkeeping. It sucks for actually trying to optimize.
this one, we'll see.
well, I think I can roll up another character before we're done here. So.
This is going down though. This isn't.
I'm
I
not dead,
died.
dead.
That's different.
$29 piercing.
Okay. Sit down.
I'm down.
Down by 22.
Oh,
Yeah, he had 7.
yeah, my bad. But neither of them hit after that. They missed with 7 attacks in a row.
All right. So how much damage did I take again? 29.
Yeah.
Enough.
But that is their turn.
Okay. I am on death saves now.
If they don't move, they're going to take fire damage again.
Yeah, they're gonna do it.
Yeah, they need to
They're
move.
still too high, so they're staying.
They're staying? Okay.
Yeah. And he's gonna take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we just want to keep the same number from earlier?
This is Adam, a 42.
43.
43 sounds good.
43 half to 21.
Could have just said yes.
Uh,
It's 42.
I want to say 40. 43 is higher, Cass.
That would have been
And
cooler.
what I will say is, this is a significant decision. That's a significant amount of damage to take. They're
Yeah.
they're animated like people that she made. They're gonna try and do what's best for her.
Mm-hmm.
Brana, you can't see yet, right?
No, like I didn't move
Yeah.
my character, but I'm like in my next movement I'll be able to get to her.
Anywhere you want,
Okay.
and it is your turn.
You hear Octavia scream.
Cool. Everything's fine. All right, Ronan's gonna kind of run up. He's gonna be behind Snake Bitch.
Okay.
Oh boy, it's stabby time.
Let's go.
Oh. Actually, they take the full damage no matter what for all this successive damage. They don't make more saves. They just take the full damage.
Nice.
25?
On anybody will hit her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do y'all know offhand what number short swords crit on? I can't remember if it's...
I think it's
I think it's just a 20.
It's just
Yeah.
20? Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I think that's usually a character ability
Yeah.
as
Okay.
opposed to a weapon.
Yeah.
Dang, okay. I rolled a 19.
You're thinking
So I
Pathfinder.
was hoping that...
Pathfinder did have that.
You're thinking like fighters.
Fighters, but also Pathfinder had crit ranges between 17 to 20 for some weapons.
There
Yeah.
are weapons that do it in D&D too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played a lot of Pathfinder.
I just wanted to check just in case.
Yeah.
Good
So,
checking.
Definitely hits.
I'm gonna total up all the damage together. Is that
Yeah,
okay?
it's
Cool.
fine.
Alright, so this is gonna take a minute.
Yeah.
Because the first hit is a normal hit. So
You need a calculator? Or
I have one on here.
I like when you get all the way back up to big bosses who have resistance to everything, and then you just double their hit points and forget about it.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm also going to do sneak attack, since I can
Yeah.
do that on this bitch.
Which is what, 96
Nine,
now?
96.
I hope she beats your
Vax
damage.
numbers just building up.
So,
fight like one.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do that again because, yeah, I read it wrong.
plus the normal.
Everything just got real dark real quick. Oh wait, no, you got fire going, so the golden light.
That's right. Has been replaced with fiery red light. That was fired one.
She's looking barely. There's another stage beyond bloody, and I forget what it is.
Oh.
That means
Turn that off.
half of half, like your quarter.
Yeah.
And she's looking whatever that is.
Dire.
barely.
We'll call it for the sake of not looking up rules. Kind of fucked up.
The kind of fucked up condition.
In addition to all of that, she's also going to get
Whales in the grave
a Whales from the Grave.
for necrotic.
Yeah, it is 5d6 necrotic.
With
Rogues just get to be like, how many d6s do you have?
Pretty much.
Yes.
with Alabroth down, that deactivates plot armor, right? Okay, good. That means they're gonna come for me.
It depends. At this level, you've seen them hit some down. I mean, they were swinging at Octavian.
At the very least, now they're capable of coming for me.
Yes.
In addition to this, she is she has been hit with slashing damage. So until her next turn, any movement she makes is reduced by 10.
Ooh.
I was hoping I crit because then she takes bleed damage, but you know what?
It's still nice. Like,
It's still nice. I definitely didn't hit Octavia's number, and that's fine. That is 64 points of damage to her, and then I'm going to pick the. Which one of these looks the worst off?
that would be Damon. This is Damon.
The light one.
The light one. Actually,
No,
wait.
this is Damon. This is Damon. He looks
Yes.
very bad.
I'll also point out the wall of fire is opaque, so you can't see through it.
Oh, okay, so I can't see the other two.
Yeah, you can see those
Oh, okay.
because you're right there.
Okay.
And he's also the worst off. Just
All right, cool. Then
hands
he
down.
also takes 16 points of necrotic damage because of one of my abilities.
Nice.
Because you're a
Okay.
bitch. That's why.
Yeah.
16.
We're all a bitch to necrotic damage.
And
I just meant personally.
Yeah.
and I just
Oh, holy shit.
Huh?
That is exactly how many points of damage he had left. So
Woo!
Damon just instantly crumbles into a little pile of armor.
all right.
Yeah.
I was like, the number here is the same number I had at the beginning. They're dead. He's dead. He's dead. And she took 64?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
I thought you meant her. I thought you meant she was dead. I was really excited.
We don't get that lucky.
No.
You don't, but she looks bad.
Good.
She looks real bad.
Huzzah.
And Damon's just dead. Yeah. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I was like flipping through everything. I was like, can I do anything else? Can I do anything else? Can I do anything else? No, I cannot do anything else because he's not sure what's gonna happen after this fight. So I'm trying to save like one of my things until.
Yeah, for sure. Alabroth, make a death saving throw.
That's a 2. That is a failure.
It's only one. It'll be fine.
Next up is...
After your turn, she's going to see you struggling to live, and she is going to make a single attack.
Okay.
Does she incur
Brienne?
an attack?
She's still blind,
Okay.
so
It's just a straight attack.
It's just a straight attack, and she can only use like one at a time. But if she hits,
Okay.
yeah.
Would she incur attack of opportunity for one of us?
Not unless
No,
you
neither of
moved.
us have sentinel.
Look, I'm grasping at strength.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say because plot armor is special magic that you're gonna hold your AC. Okay?
Huh?
So, because this attack is not the other weapon attack, she also doesn't have the insane 17 to add. She has, 13.
So what's the number on the die that has to
Well,
get
she
rolled?
has to hit a 12, and she only gets one roll.
She doesn't make it.
It is the top of the round.
Brienne.
Brienne
Oh.
and
Brienne
yeah.
and Damon, we're gonna roll to see who they attack with a full 50-50. Like,
Well, yeah, Damon's dead.
Damon's not gonna hit anybody.
He has 0 attacks.
In fact, I'm gonna roll twice. It's gonna be kind of a disadvantage because Alabroth is at their feet. So, like, they're probably not gonna swing at Alabroth. No, they're gonna swing at Ronnie.
Okay.
Dumbass.
But only Brienne because Damon's dead.
Mm-hmm.
And still going to be attacking because blind with disadvantage. So, but they do get 4 swings. First one was a 19 and a 1. And they crit on 19s. Second one is going to hit. It's a 24.
Yes, that
Okay. Third one also misses because of disadvantage. Fourth one also going to hit, but they don't do a ton. So, nope, still don't know. Okay.
I'm gonna use spectral defense, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm giving myself resistance to whatever type of damage she's doing.
They're just doing melee weapon damage. So one of them hits you for 10. One of them hits you for 18. So with resistance, it's 5 and 9.
5 and 9, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 5 and 9 is 14. Yes? Yes.
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 Okay.
And that is all they can do. Octavia.
How much damage does the wildfire do?
It's 10d8.
Do not.
Just keep on the
Yeah.
big guy.
It's 43 if... Actually, well, there's no saving throws. It's just 43 if you get within 10 feet of it on
Okay.
this side.
I'm going to show you how many spell slots I have not used all of which can be used to heal Alabroth.
Okay, I was gonna do something incredibly reckless, and now I'm not going to. Okay, can I get on the other side of her from Brana? Like,
In between.
Not without taking fire damage.
oh yeah, it's 10 feet, so I definitely can't. Okay. There's not really anybody I could get with flanking.
Well, technically, I think she's being flanked by Ronnie.
No, like Alabroth's
No.
prone right now.
Alabroth's also very much not a threat.
I thought since she's still in attack range of Ronnie, it counted, but I understand.
Yeah, so I guess I'm just gonna take my attacks.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think
Sweet.
it's because Ronnie's not in range to attack her.
She's blind. You have advantage on her.
Oh, woo! Let's see if I've seen number twice.
Nice.
So
Roll 'em,
At least it's a good number.
Well, Killer did right now. I don't care.
that doesn't. You guys. 29, 2 hits.
We're gonna go with
It'd be
your
flurry
your
blows.
64 number.
Holy shit! Okay, only 2 hits. But I
It
still have.
doesn't matter because Brana just realized they had advantage as well. So describe how you and Brana take this bitch out.
Ooh.
Okay. I think she's
dual hit.
her little tail. That's not corporeal, correct?
Oh,
It's mostly spectral. It
Yeah,
has
I
some
think-
form.
She's a genie.
Then
I
whatever
think
you
I
want,
kind of
it's
yeah.
not
I think I
attack.
kind of kick up and does she have hair?
Yeah.
Grab it and I yank her down to the ground. And I think Brana
Dog
slits
walk.
her throat.
Yeah, Brana comes up and does like a.
Okay, you've
Like a
been
cool-
watching me play God of War.
Yes, I have.
He comes up. He like jumps up from the first step and just like slams his sword down on her throat.
And a powerful in move that kind of turns both of you on a little bit. You disgusting perverts.
You don't get to tell them what they feel and then call them perverts for it.
Yes, I do.
She is correct, though, at least for Brana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
And I think
how
yeah, she just
easy
slams
this
her head into
moment
the ground.
is. And after that, you see all 3 of these crumple in a pile beside Alabroth, who's been gradually shrinking,
Yeah.
as she also screams, and you watch the little half-corporeal tail get skinnier and disappear.
Yeah. Just
I am
holding her face into the ground.
absolutely turning her soul into a.
Do it.
Ooh, that's a
It's a
big
pearl.
soul.
A pearl.
In
Yeah.
a creepy moment, both of these things rear up, and you realize they're like spectral nightmares, and you're terrified, and then they just gallop into the wind.
Okay. Somebody
No way.
heal, please.
I dismiss the wall of fire.
I was gonna say, are we out of combat
Yes.
turns? Healed. 10 points.
Okay.
You're awake.
Okay, and we're going to take just a really quick break and
Yeah, I
do
think-
the reset up for other stuff. We'll be right back.
I think all of us need a minute.
Huzzah! We did
I was gonna
it!
say, even if we hadn't been out of combat turns, Ronnie's next.
We're back. Did you miss us?
Yay!
I missed us.
We all survived. And we all survived the last encounter, except for my guys.
All of
So-
them died.
Well,
We mourn their loss.
Poor Damon.
Okay.
almost.
That's
For
fair.
Brienne? Was that one of them?
Brienne, Damon, Adam, and Carter.
So you slit Lithian's throat pretty thoroughly.
Bathe in her blood.
Yeah, I do have some blood spatters in my hair now. Well, pink spot.
She looks
I'll
at
take it, licks it
you
off.
and goes, "You never said my own words. You have to stop them if you can." And it dies.
Trying to get mine?
Oh dear.
She was speaking with the head decapitated?
No, it wasn't decapitated.
Just cut.
Just cut.
Okay, cool.
And she sounded that soft and lovely. That is all canon. There was no coughing blood into your face or anything. With your passive skills are very high. There's a giant ring on her finger. I don't know if you're going to take that and redistribute it or even just keep it, but like that's obviously there.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like a. Or do you see it or?
I'm quite close, so I think I probably would grab
You
it.
both see it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Don't really-
I kind of reach down and just kind of close her eyes and just say a little prayer for her.
You feel that something is wrong, and you kind of like very respectfully, from just the way her robes have fallen, uncover a little bit more of her shoulder, and you see like the arcane symbols look carved into her back that are similar that you saw on the wall in the thing. So it's unclear how willing a participant she was in this, but it looks like a ritualistic whatever thing.
She's probably forced. I don't. Can I tell how old the carvings are?
Roll an investigation check.
You can stop. You can stop that.
And you can have his help if you want.
I cast Speak with the Dead.
Oh,
Okay.
good. Nice call, actually.
Do you want to ask?
A little with a similar genie tail kind of pops up, but it looks like she did before.
Okay.
She seemed to be possessed.
What do we
You
have?
guys have questions?
Where they're going?
10 minutes, 5 questions. If no one did.
So we know they were trying to basically abandon. Where are we? Sorry, I'm
Vayer?
still stressed.
Vayer.
Invayer.
Yeah, they're abandoning Vaya probably after kind of leaving it to all of the gods, sort of. So they're probably going to Lacros, but we don't know that for sure. I don't think.
First
My
question.
understanding is probably that they're going to Lacros.
Yeah.
So we should ask, what is the plan?
I mean, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Broad gets a lot of stuff we need.
Yeah. And she can take 10 minutes to explain it.
No, she'll stay up until she answers.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Oh. A minute to cast?
No, it's just, wait.
The duration is 10 minutes?
The duration of, sorry.
It doesn't super matter.
Yeah, duration is 10 minutes here.
Okay.
It'll be enough.
So yeah.
I think first
Alright.
is, what is the plan? And then
I tell her
clarifying
first.
questions.
I'm sorry. What is their plan?
This is not a turn down, but it's going to. I'm going to challenge you, and she's going to say, "Whose plan?" Like, you're going to have to throw more than one question at something that broad, but she doesn't. She looks more confused than anything.
What is, I guess we should ask.
Council of Vaya, also known as
Should we
the...
specifically ask what the prince's?
Doesn't matter.
Yes.
Fair councils.
The
Yeah,
Council
Vayer.
of Vayer and the Prince.
What is the prince's plan in all of this?
He's the king now, and you
Oh.
definitely know that.
Yeah.
He's the king now. Like,
Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah.
The dipshit. What is the king's plan in this?
He didn't have a plan. He's kind of a himbo. He's not so much with the planning. I think he was glad to have us around so that we could do the planning. But he's got like a real golden retriever energy.
Then what?
Without
Is-
eyes. But he's got eyes now. So
What's
like
the-
with eyes.
What's the council
Did that
plan?
first one count?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are on the third question.
Even though they didn't answer?
We are on what Ronnie is doing is asking the
Well,
third
and
question.
more than being technical, like, just like, yes, I accept the broad scope of the question, but she's going to require more of the energy. So, like, what is the plan is the only answer you need, right? But I'm
Okay.
not going to let you ask her a bunch of other stuff in addition
Well,
to
there's
that. So it seems like she's...
5 of us, so everybody gets a question. I
But
guess.
also, you know that, like, that is an answer. He didn't have a plan. That's pretty important in your planning. Like,
Oh, I was more specific about whose plan I want to understand, though.
okay.
Well, then you get the third one. Go ahead.
Yeah, just, and it doesn't have to be the formal to her. It can just be to me. What?
Yeah.
What do you ask?
What is the council's plan?
The council, like, I didn't really, like, super get it all the time. But basically, like, the people that are here are just too, like, willing to coexist or something. Like, they didn't seem to care when we said you can't be who you are and religious out loud. So they're going to be invited guests. We're going to be invited guests at Lacros. I'm the queen. I'm going to be the queen.
So yeah,
What you see isn't malicious, but is pretty stupid.
we have a couple of minutes. This is sort of what I would expect from Vaya. You tell people from Vaya, this is the new rule. They say, okay, and just kind of keep doing it.
So we need to know where.
Trust our authority figures way too much. We need to know where. We need to know when. But they're abandoning Vaya, going to Lacros.
So that's 2 questions.
Yeah, I think we need to hone in more.
I don't know if it
No,
helps.
that's the third question.
Yeah, that was. We have 2 left.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if it'll help, or this should also help as well. And he holds up the trinket. We can ask her another question if we have any
So
more.
3 more, essentially. Do you eat it afterwards? Or?
No.
Okay.
I think you crush it, don't
Yeah. Persona style, crush it.
Recycling.
Yeah. I just realized. Like,
Sorry.
in Persona 4, they use cards and they crush the cards.
Fantastic. When, where? We know who. I guess we could know who else is involved. If
think
it's
we
the
need to know.
Lacrosian government, if there's any cooperation from the Rexteran government, would be good to know. Who else is involved that you know of might be a good question.
Go where would be
When
more
and
helpful.
where?
We need to know where to go and stop.
You know if that Lacros functions mostly as a monarchy, kind of.
Monarchy with a council, essentially, right?
Yeah. It seems very much in the air. It's just something you've observed, is that they're trying to settle into a thing. And they're not positive, so like the king had kind of flexible executive power. And he never took advantage of it.
I would suggest that considering their plan as we understand it so far is to initiate hostility toward Rextera, we can rule out needing to find out whether or not Rextera is involved. I don't think Rextera would be like, hey, come attack us.
And she doesn't seem like she would know an inside source.
No.
Oh, do you imagine they've said all sorts of things around her? It's more what she's paid attention to.
I don't have a lot of confidence in that either.
Yeah, she seems a little vague.
Well,
Coming
we
from
don't
the
know-
vaguest
we don't know
person
how much
here.
of the
Yeah.
last several years she was herself. Literally, things carved into her
It's
back.
not really a concern right now.
Yeah. Okay.
She's looking at her fingernails.
This is the most personality I've ever seen from a dead person. And I really enjoy it.
Yeah. It's great.
Do they stop growing right away?
You're not
I
allowed to
was
ask
this close to what the fuck coming out of my mouth, and then I realized that was a question. I didn't want to reenact the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Yeah.
I just had them done.
I think you'll be fine.
Do you think they're pretty? Little spectral worm crawls across the fingers and
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
Gross.
I mean, he's not
goes
bothered
back
by that
inside her.
anymore.
Damn.
He does.
Their
Like,
worms get on it
gives
quick.
a genuine look. I know they're quite
Like,
nice.
ooh, a dead body.
Thanks, I got it for the ring. It's too big, but they say that's better.
Yeah, confirmation. They're probably going to, where are you from? Not from, but where were you? Strassus.
Because
Probably
that's
going to
where
Strassus,
that's
but-
where the seat of government in Lacros is. So
Yeah.
I think we can pretty reasonably
Confirming.
narrow that down. If we want to confirm, I think we would also, we have no idea when,
Yeah.
like what our timeline is on this.
It kind of also seems sort of, we're going to take
Urgent.
over the Lacrosian government, but like, can't you just do that?
He is the Lacrosian government.
So that's
I think
consolidating power. Is
confirmation of where they're going, when they're going to.
so
I
we need
would
when
like
and
to.
where.
I would like to know, because I feel like we know. We need to confirm where. We can guess that when is now, and we need to know if she knows. If she doesn't know, she'll tell us. But what were they planning to do when they got there?
But does she know? Wouldn't that have been a part of what is the plan? If she knew, would she have told us?
She didn't know whose plan. That was her question: is who?
Yeah.
Like, what do you, who?
But when we said the assembly,
The council.
yeah,
And she said that their plan was like to make no
Vare to Lacros.
religion allowed in Vare.
Yeah.
That she'll be queen, and they're gonna go to Lacros instead of Vare.
You know that Vare doesn't have a king and queen. And it
Right.
makes sense.
Yeah, they are
Like,
the
she's
ruling
gonna be the
governments.
queen
Yeah.
Yeah.
of Lacros specifically.
Yeah. When and where, and then we can wait on yours. Yes.
Oh, it's whenever.
All right.
I saw the other two. He takes a moment to
Yeah, get his ass.
Oh,
She
yeah.
went very southern for a second. Sorry. Picking up none of your accents. I don't know where that came from. Somebody else.
We've heard Octavia speak in her.
You have heard her.
In a non-canon adventure.
Yeah.
There was also a canon one, very
Yeah.
brief. I think it was at the
It was
Citadel. She
Yeah.
got a little drunk. So
She
you have
got
heard her
sloshed.
Cockney.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, very
okay.
briefly,
But-
which sounded Australian at the time. I'm not good at accents.
It was pretty briefly, but it did happen. Yeah, in the hot tub, the big with the
Yep.
edible rubber ducks.
That's right. That's right.
So strange.
When and where the big question. We
I-
need to know
Where?
who. We
Where?
need to know how many people are involved, though.
We can find
If
out
we
who
attack
when we
5
get to
council
where.
members, that's very different from attacking the entire Lacrogian
It
government.
would be 4. You didn't ask a question.
But there were 7. We thought one of them had died, and wasn't she the next one? That is not in character.
Okay, great.
Sorry, that is in my Texan
Question,
accent.
tell her.
Hmm?
Like you can just tell her. It's not in character. It's just
Mhm.
what did you think of? Wasn't she the next one?
Yeah, they had killed one of them, and then she was another one, so there's 5 left. Right?
Unless Silvara got detonated in front of you.
Oh shit! I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oopsie. Okay, so 4. I had a little thing in my head just now.
Yeah, so
So
Silvara.
the voice at the center of the
Orendil.
universe spoke to me
Yeah.
and reminded me. So 4.
Orendil and Lithian, right?
We could probably take 4.
Lithian's the one that just died.
Yeah, like those
Yeah.
are the
4
3
council
that died,
members.
Right? Silvara, Orendil.
But if it's the
You
entire
get 3 out of 7, so you have 4 left.
Lacrogian government, if we're trying to overthrow a government, that's very different.
Yeah.
So I do feel like we need to know who.
I feel like we need to know where.
I feel like we need to know when. But we
I
have
don't-
3 questions left.
I was gonna say I don't think we need
We need where.
to know when, because I think when is now.
Where is going to be the
I'm
most
worried about
important
it
question?
getting worse the longer we wait.
Yeah.
How do we ask it? Where are you conducting the next part of the plan, maybe?
Where did they go?
Where are
They
they?
may not know that.
But are you
Sorry.
like this
Where
is
are
just
they
for me
going?
as a DM? Like, are you more worried about the council or the god? Because
I'm worried about the god.
Yeah.
I am more worried about the god. I think the odds that the god told her everything are quite low.
I'm working on
She's
the
the
assumption that
Hmm.
the
Maybe
council
there's a link.
is going somewhere
Still.
to summon that god.
Maybe not still, but maybe she just remembers from her
And
time
so
as
if
the
we know where the
Avatar.
council's going, we probably know where the god is and vice versa.
yeah, that's just a different angle. I didn't even have specific like,
Yeah.
but like, you're assuming the god hasn't told her anything. But
Yeah.
like, she seems kind of dumb. But it doesn't seem like people are keeping secrets. So.
Yeah.
What if we more directly asked, like, how can the council's plan be stopped? She might be aware of like what sort of things they need to go right in order for everything to work.
What were they worried about?
Yeah,
Going wrong?
yeah.
What were they concerned could disrupt
That's it.
the plan?
That's the next question. I don't want to ask it. I'm too nervous.
Okay.
It's gonna be like a. She knows or she doesn't, though, right?
Yeah, and if she doesn't, then
No, that's true of all of these
I
questions.
was gonna
She
say,
may not know the answer.
she may not know the answer, and if she doesn't, then
Just for my
That's fine.
because I can't be just a DM and not a participant. What are the steps? Like, what are the steps to the next part or something? Might give more, or what are the parts of it or something? Might be slightly more helpful for
Might
what
be.
you
because
feel
if we
like
know the
sharing.
steps, we might be able to just easily tell how we can disrupt them.
You don't think she has the
Hands up.
bandwidth
Who
to
thinks
know
they're smart enough to do that?
a kill
Huh?
switch?
Hands up. Who thinks if we know the steps that we're smart enough to?
Azra automatically raises her hand.
Of course.
Okay, just me,
Quite
just me then.
intelligent. But we need to know where to go.
That doesn't count.
But if we ask her to lay out the steps of the plan, that could include multiple locations for us to decide, let's stop them here, or maybe here's better.
Okay.
That gives us a lot of information if she's willing to fully answer that question.
Okay. What are the steps?
What are the next steps of the plan that the council has to summon this god?
Like, we're going to Strassus, and I'm gonna have a beautiful dress. Did they leave without me? Bitches! Are they? And she, like, looks around.
I would assume they're like just to appease her.
They went to the bathroom.
I would assume they actually
Fine.
just went ahead. They did go ahead.
I do that in groups.
I'm assuming they went ahead to make sure everything was prepared for you when you got there, so that they could make
That's
sure.
probably smart. I don't know what a bridezilla would be, but, like, they said they could see it happening.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm gonna need somebody to explain to me how Godzilla fits into this fantasy
It's
world.
not Godzilla.
But it's Bridezilla.
But Bridezilla
based
comes
on
from
it.
Godzilla.
And I
Focus,
love the
focus.
idea that Godzilla
the evil
exists
god
in
of
this
weddings.
fantasy universe.
focus.
Yeah.
Answer of the question.
And then, like, there's gonna be a wedding, and then I'm gonna be queen.
Well,
And they got my parents a little house outside of the castle, which is nice. Because something's gonna happen here.
To here, she said?
Or is happening. I don't know all the timing. But, like, he got here, right? Was I weird for a minute? Yeah. Okay. Then, yeah, like, he got here. I have so many good thoughts, you guys.
Please continue elaborating.
Where is Strassus? She
do
just
we
said
really
going
need
to
to ask
Strassus.
where?
And she's supposed to get
So
married.
we don't have to ask her where.
Okay.
When? I feel like
So if she's... Lithian is dead, what happens to the wedding to the king?
Hold on.
different council member.
Okay.
So after you get married, well, the steps of the plan.
Oh.
Continue.
Right. So we're gonna get married, and then they're gonna do like a lot of boring political stuff. But eventually, we're gonna move to Rextera, which is cold, and I'll really like it. But first, like, they believe in all of these crazy gods. So if we can not have that happen so often, and then
So
I
they
don't know.
don't-
I guess we just hang out,
Oh, okay.
have babies. I don't want to be a mom, but I think I could be like a cool dad.
I think so.
Gender fluid!
Except
Diversity wins!
And then, like, right
The God
as
of
you're
Destruction's
celebrating,
Avatar.
she goes, "But I'm a girl, Dad." So,
Diversity win! This girl's a dad.
I'm gonna be a dad.
nailed
I
it.
get to be a dad.
Okay.
Now we got every question we need from it because we have one left, right?
You have one left.
We have one left if we're keeping that
Do we
pearl.
need?
Yeah.
Well, we're
so
keeping the
two
pearl.
left
We can find
eventually,
out-
but you have one
Sorry.
left and speak with that.
Let's
In
go.
character, we can find out when a royal wedding is supposed to occur.
So let's
as long
get
as
there.
nobody knows she's dead.
What?
What?
Oh, don't worry about it. Don't listen to them.
Who is
Okay.
she? She must be like oblivious. Is it you?
So do we have all of the?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Actually,
You don't know. do
You can find out when a royal wedding is. We know where is Strassus.
so let's just go
We need,
there.
we need to know who else is involved.
I think we could find it out when we go there.
You still have one more question. You might as
I
well
know.
take it.
I know.
Secrets don't make friends, you guys.
Holy shit, I love this girl.
Yeah,
She's
Wait, wait.
so funny.
We know part of the plan is the king getting married to somebody. If yes,
We know who.
let's us yeah, if their wedding doesn't go off, but they have a backup bride or what have you, does that
I have an
Is this in
understudy.
character? I'm so sorry.
sort of yeah? So basically, how essential is this wedding
There we
to go off? Because if we know that, then all we have to do is disrupt a wedding, and we know at least one person who cannot be interchanged, and that's the king. And if we could get
Measure the. Oh.
I feel
get
like
access and capture maybe reveal the depths of this plot that he's involved with, maybe he will call it off.
Okay.
Maybe we can protect him from
You can always use the
are the
pearl.
2 steps I would like more information about.
Something will happen to Air, boring political stuff.
Yeah.
We just can't get boring political stuff from her. And I don't think she knows what will happen. So I think we need to get that information from somebody else. We need to go kidnap somebody.
So then we can release her.
I would like to know if she knows who else is involved aside from the council, if we do not have another question that we think she would be able to answer. But if anybody has other pitches, I am glad to not ask her that question. We could also be kind.
I would like her to ask. Who we inform that she is dead?
That is a kindness. She said her parents are being put up outside the castle. If there's no other information that we feel like we can get from her.
I don't feel comfortable doing this type of magic, so I at least like to do something to balance the scales.
I think perhaps we know where her parents are going to be. We could simply tell them that we will tell their parents about their passing, but then we can ask them more.
That would be acceptable.
Yeah.
Do you want to ask who else is involved?
Yes.
We have to
Yeah.
inform.
Yes.
I don't know how you're spelled. Once we ask the final question, she answers, is she gone?
She is gone.
So we have to say anything
Then,
before we ask. Although we could tell her actual soul.
We're not going to include that. That is something different.
Are you uncomfortable? Never mind.
With this type of magic, yes, I am. But that is something entirely different. My dear, while we regret everything that has happened,
And me too, such regrets.
we are going to tell those that will mourn you that you have passed.
Or what now?
Yeah. I was worried about that.
Past what?
You are no longer on this mortal plane.
Right! I thought you were talking about something different. Go on.
You're well aware that you are deceased.
Right.
Can I ask a question?
Like 5 minutes
Nope,
ago.
nope, that was a
I
statement, that was a
just
statement,
did.
that was
Yeah,
a
yeah.
statement. No,
No.
You are well aware.
Yeah.
That was a statement.
That was a statement.
I
You
don't
almost
think
said
so.
comma yes.
Okay.
And leave it at that.
Okay.
That is true. And I'm glad there was a technicality because I wanted you guys, like, yeah, that's a technicality. You
We
still
are-
can question that.
Going to tell those that would mourn you.
Careful.
you have
Oh,
passed.
like, thank you, because I didn't want to, like, send out invitations for it. Also, I don't think I can.
I feel better
Not,
about this.
not really
Okay.
new.
Last question. Who else?
Is involved in this plot to bring about the
Like,
god of destruction.
everyone who's anyone, right? Because, like, the council,
Saw this.
and then, like, my friend, Laura, if she's going to be maybe my bridesmaid, maybe my maid of honor, but we, like, and just very quickly, it just
That was
goes
5.
to a list of all the people she knows.
Well, she's still angry.
And she just kind of starts to fade out as she's from this giant scroll reading her invite list.
So we need to find Laura.
Roll both of
Told
you
you have to-
two. You
Us two?
two. No, you
Oh.
two.
Okay.
I think roll an insight check.
Inside
Can I
check.
give him advantage? Okay.
Come on, roll. Oh, that's such a shitty roll. Hold on. I can give myself fucking advantage on insight.
You can with
Ooh.
it. Yeah, the bell does that.
23
22.
Huh?
22.
and 23.
You get the impression that in between that and piecing together what you heard in the fight, that there are more people involved, but like their involvement's kind of tertiary. Like they moved out the value that they could strip from there. invited some of their favorite textile and wine makers or whatever, but like as far as the concentrated stuff, that's a very small circle. And then she's fading out, and right before she's like fades out completely, she's like, "Oh my God, he's coming." Anyway, he's gonna be at the wedding naturally, but like, which is a problem for me. Anyway, it was really like, you guys, I guess I could get you invites.
Thank
We
you
would
so much.
appreciate
We would
that.
love that.
It just fades out entirely.
Babbling
anyone-
on while you're passing into the next life is incredible.
Who here has the ability to disguise themselves?
With your insight checks, you guys follow her, like, even as you're asking that.
Don't make me do this.
Out the wedding, out of the house, facing west. The house is facing west, and you see something that looks like the sun coming up or something.
Or something.
Or something.
But it's not that time of day.
No, it's like 11 p.m.
Oh, okay.
Something
was going to happen to Vare.
Can I roll something?
Yeah.
What can I roll to know what that is?
Perception?
Perception, Arcana.
We're gonna go with
We're gonna
religion.
perceive.
I will roll Arcana because I am good at this thing.
I'll roll perceive.
That's a 28 Arcana.
25.
That's
23.
a magic something.
Huh.
You
Okay.
don't think it's a sign.
On a 28, that's what he gets?
You think it's
Well, that's
God.
unusual.
overtaking. This is the closest you guys will get to seeing like a mushroom cloud kind of thing.
Sorry. We're in Vayer right now.
Mm-hmm. What direction is that?
To the west of you is a whole lot of ocean.
A whole lot of ocean.
West
Is,
of there.
very important question, is this a round world?
It is around.
What kind of what?
Wait, hold on.
That's
hold on.
very important.
So,
All the way around is Russia. It's not Russia, it's where Ember's from, though. But that's like crazy all the way around.
it's Trios, and
Yeah.
yeah, that's all the way around. That's all the
that
way
would look
around.
east from here. Okay.
If
East of you is America, basically.
do
But it's a lot of ocean first.
geographically, what do we all know is in that direction other than ocean that could potentially be seen?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay,
So
okay.
something is happening out in the ocean, likely.
No, something's happening on Vayer, but not elsewhere.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
because we're in the middle of Vayer. Capital's pretty central.
Yeah, it's pretty
Okay.
central.
okay. So we're not.
And importantly, you don't know if it's also coming from the west.
Huh?
Yeah, that'd be pretty
Not
easy.
from
to figure
inside
out.
the house. There's not windows on that wall.
I thought it was facing west.
It is.
Oh.
I mean,
We're facing
on
west.
the east. You don't know if it's happening.
I
on
run
the
out
Azure
of
steps outside.
Octavia sprints out of the room.
Yeah, everyone's spurting outside.
Because the monastery is east.
But this is west.
We don't know what
Yeah,
direction.
but I need to know what else.
Let's just go.
I'm gonna. I can vertical. I'm going to run outside the house and go on top of it.
Yeah, looking around, it matches up with like if it was kind of just burning from all sides ish.
So,
There's like a ring of fire around.
Basically, but like because the capital's not central to it, it's not exactly even. Like it looks further away out west than it does.
she said
looking
something was
east.
going to happen to Vayer. Let's get the fuck out of Vayer.
Yeah. Let's see if I have teleport. Because I did my 9th level on that wall of fire. I have a 7th level left for teleport.
Can we all fit in that teleport?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I can get 8 other people, including
Booyah,
9
let's
people,
go.
including me.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. Is there any? Huh?
Is this town getting
My
wiped
parents.
out?
My parents are in this country.
We could take them with us. Where are they?
They're like 3 hours ish north.
We're about to be in the
Southern
fallout.
northwest of you.
We don't know about nuclear stuff.
They're
Oh, well.
They come to the city sometimes, but I don't think they're here. My mentor is on the East Coast.
We have to gather ourselves right now. We can't
Okay.
lament over theoreticals right now.
Well, it.
If they
We
can't
don't know
be
how fast
here
this thing is moving.
They can't. They don't have that. They're not.
If we're surrounded on all sides, we need to get out while we still have the chance.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Do they have any ability?
My mother's a bookkeeper. My father's an architect. No, let's go.
Can we tell how fast it's moving while sitting outside?
It doesn't appear to be moving at all right now. So, like, at the very least, it's not, like, burning like
Ronnie.
fire,
Alright, one
wildfires.
second.
That's fine. Ronnie,
Yes.
Okay,
bird's eye. We need someone up in the air. Bird's eye.
that's what I was trying to do.
I can
Go
do
for
it.
it.
I can do it now. It's just a natural ability. Levitate.
You guys can all, not
Both
all
of you do it. I don't care.
Yeah, you can take,
It would
Ronnie
be
can take,
great if there were two.
Yes.
Ron,
Whoever
well,
can
you
do it.
take 2 because you've got 500 pounds.
Yeah, I can.
You
I
can
can
take everybody except Alabroth if you wanted.
Can you carry me?
Can I carry you?
I will carry
Just
you.
You did when we fucked.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I can cast fly on you.
I could leave this plane of existence.
That's not going to help.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Then
Alright,
cast it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just gonna cast the angel ability and grab you to fly up.
Yeah.
I will fly up as well. What are we looking for?
And you're taking us.
We need
or-
I'm gonna take you.
Okay. And then you're.
Yep.
Yeah.
and
Okay.
I can't carry you. You're
Oh,
too
yeah, I'm
heavy.
flying him.
Okay.
We need
Yeah.
to find out what that was. We need a bird's eye. We need a drone in the sky, basically.
Sure. Everyone's going high. We're all in the
Because
sky.
we're level
Everybody roll
baby.
perception or investigation.
Advantage?
No, but you all get to roll it.
Okay.
Not gonna see
Oh,
anything.
that was a bad roll.
Yeah. I had a
I
shit
got
roll.
an 8.
I got an 11 because I've got a +8.
19.
18.
14.
Yeah, I don't think you guys know very much about it. Like, what you haven't had is you've never seen a picture of a nuclear bomb or anything. Like, you know what happened in the sanitatum, but, like, its timeline is just impossible.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Sending messages is not.
Does it look like anything that we've ever seen before? Even if it's not exactly the same, we've been in storms. Does it look like we're in like the eye of one, or
Did-
like
Did the ground like shake when this thing went off?
ground shaking? Does anything look like a front?
I think what you're feeling is that this is a gradual process with Vayer, but that they've left it like permanently. So you don't know how long it's gonna take. It could take a day before anyone dies where just things look bright, or it could be destroying, and you're not gonna know that for sure because you
Okay.
didn't pass the DC, but like you don't feel like it doesn't feel like a wildfire. You think maybe if this can be, maybe if it's handled at the source, this would stop. That it wasn't so much something that had happened as something that's going to be ongoing.
Okay.
Okay, let's.
I'm gonna, as we're going down, can you send them a message at all?
No, I don't. No, not unless they're within the, not even that far of me.
Do we know anybody that would have been in that direction?
They're the
Anyone?
only people that I remember from back home. I guess. I mean, there's probably the fucking local shopkeep, but like that's not helpful.
I'm bringing both of us back down.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you need any like help setting up for like
For teleport?
chalk stuff or anything like that?
Oh no, this is not teleportation circle. And we're gone.
Where
Okay.
am I going?
Yeah.
There's a wedding that's supposed to happen probably everybody that's involved will be at that wedding. We have people that can disguise themselves.
How did Lithian speak again?
Valley Girl!
I'm gonna say very much that like I want to do that so much, but like I don't think you're gonna have time to do a whole. Like you think the council went where they went, and that you're gonna have to. You don't think you could get through the wedding? The wedding's tomorrow
Not
night.
through, no. But get them to think the wedding is happening long enough to get everybody in the same room.
Even if it's just a surprise attack, if they're like, "Oh, hey, Lithian," I'm like, "Bah!" You know.
Like
So we just
just
disguise ourselves.
long,
and get in.
disguise her long enough, just long enough to get everybody in the same room, and then we get as many people as we can.
And
To
you want
attack.
to disguise Azra?
I want to disguise, somebody.
I'm ready.
No!
We probably have access to Lithian's hair.
Oh, we're not cutting hair!
Alibroth just kind of slinks back just a little bit.
Brana is gonna stop you immediately. You're not going to desecrate a cult.
Where in Strassus
It is
are
for
we
the
going?
sake of the world.
Focus. Focus.
Yeah.
Where in Strassus are we going?
Why would a royal wedding happen?
We don't want.
Azra would likely know of like what court or area of royal. Would there
It
be
would
like a
within
procession?
the castle for sure, and Azra's only been there once, and you saw like the courtyard and the bedroom. Like,
Would it for sure be in the castle? Because it would probably be in a public place where people could not, like, crowds could like, whoa!
There's probably a parade that's gonna happen as well.
Okay.
But because of like the whole bridge thing, nobility like stays a lot on one side with academic. You imagine there's a parade in a public celebration. Of some
So
sort.
just getting there would probably be enough.
I would recommend we not teleport directly to where they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
We can always teleport to the docks where the shady people are. They're not going to question it.
We could teleport it to the academy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Ooh,
We have allies there. We
We
have Astrophis and Nimbo and Ori.
yes, we could visit. I mean, sorry. Yes.
Have a chat.
Home in danger, parents may be dying.
They have it
It's nice to connect
designated
with people
inside the academy. They have it designated. It's like a helipad,
That's
right?
nice.
Like it doesn't. It's. They also had a transportation circle, but they have a designated space very much for that.
Great. Azra
They
would
keep
love to
little
not
traffic
use that.
logs.
Azra wants to be disrespectful.
That's true. Tonight, if we, tonight it's, oh, she doesn't
11.
look at a watch.
A sundial, but it's never right.
Well,
That's
especially
right,
not
twice
with
a day.
whatever light all around us.
Yeah.
It's either
Wanna buy a
AM or
sundial?
PM now.
It's not practical light. It's just it's off screen.
According to this freckle, it's 11 o'clock.
If we spend tonight, we teleport to Strassus, we find somewhere to sleep, and we message everybody that we know, and maybe if we can fool them long enough to get everybody in the same room, and then we attack with everything that we have.
Plan. Very good. Let's get the hell out of here.
Let's get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
If Azra's plan is to be disruptive, he's not going to drop the angel look then.
Amazing.
Why would you?
Yeah.
Why would you ever?
One, why would I?
Yeah.
Two,
Smack people in the face with your feathers.
two, there needs to be some comedy in this.
Yeah.
I'll make a stealth roll.
Go ahead.
Y'all catch me trying to get that hair.
I grab your wrist.
It's
What did I just
disrespectful.
say?
I was merely making sure he was.
You do realize I have a direct line
Let's go.
to the
He's
god
just-
of
he's-
the dead.
Collecting DNA for Polyjuice Potion, okay?
I throw away the old mustache because it is the old mustache.
Fucking moldy ass hair.
It was your hair.
All right, are we going?
All of a sudden,
Yeah.
you see the face come back to life for a second, and be like, "Ow! Stop pulling on my hair!" And it
What
scares
the
you
fuck
so
is
bad you
death
don't
in this
get-
universe?
I think we should go.
Also, I rolled a 1 on that. God, just
No, I
mother.
saw it.
That's why even a dead
Alibroth
corpse-
reaches for the head, and then I cast teleport.
Wait,
Yeah.
I have disadvantage. I'll roll again just to make sure.
Oh, Rob, I want you
No.
to
I'm kidding. Anyway,
I know. I'm just
Where do
letting
you
you know my
teleport to?
passive is 20.
I
Please tell me.
disrespectful
Astrophis'
about the
office.
helipad.
we can't teleport into
Oh, it's
Astrophis'
still-
office because the lead lining. I let's teleport into the library that I'm not supposed to be allowed in.
I was gonna say a
Doesn't
classroom,
that
but
also
like a
have an
pocket knife.
anti-magic field?
The
No.
the
vault
the vault
does.
inside.
The vault does, but the library doesn't. Let's
That's
go
right.
there.
You show up in the library and you're there for a second. It's like 11 at night. There's not lights in there or anything. You're there for a second getting your bearings, and all of a sudden you hear, "Excuse me, sir," and like a kid with the most cross-guard energy you've ever seen, like comes up to all of you and goes, "I was patrolling outside and I thought, what are you guys doing here?"
Do I know this kid by name?
No.
Damn.
You don't give a shit
would
about
have
freshmen?
intentionally not learned this kid's name.
I just
Yeah.
is this the one? I look.
He's like,
is this the
excuse me,
library?
I am a hall monitor.
Are you happy?
I cast detect magic or detect thoughts. What's his name?
Man, I'm gonna have to write about all this in the logbook, and it's gonna take like so long.
I do
And
look
then,
over to
like,
Ezra. Are
maybe
you
I
happy
can
with
hang
yourself?
out.
I'm
with
not
the cool
constantly thinking of
code
my own
copiers.
name.
No, I cast detect thoughts.
Yeah.
What's his name?
And then everybody will hear about old Curtis.
Oh, that's just his top level thoughts.
Curtis.
Curtis. I see. Curtis. I am Azra. We need to find Professor Astrophus immediately. Is he in his office, or would he be elsewhere right now?
He looks up at your symbol and goes, "Oh my God, you're not supposed to be here. It's like the white, like the blue witch. Did you see the hair?
The
You guys
blue-
should get away." And
I
turns
reach
around.
over-
I really want 8th level so I can cast Maze on him and put him in the labyrinth.
I'm gonna grapple this kid.
No, I reach over and pick him. I reach over and pick him up and go.
I'm in between several of you with this kid.
I've fluffed my wings.
like 15.
I bring him up
It's
to
like,
eye level and just go, Curtis. We do not have time for this right now.
Right, the time is it's 23:07.
It says if a dire needs it, we need
Get
to
it
know where
together.
Astrophus is. Can you tell us where he is or no? If the answer is no, we can go.
Astrophus?
Whatever's.
Yeah, no, you said it right.
Okay, okay, okay.
Head of the school?
In his office or like his apartment?
Where is his
You
apartment?
just say that.
Well, we know where that is.
Oh.
We've been there.
Oh,
We've been to
Snowball
here?
City.
It's not even supposed to be in here. Why are
Curtis,
you giving
not
me
important.
so much?
You're helping us leave if you tell us where he is, but let's go to his office. Okay,
Alright, you can just drop.
let's
Shall
go.
we bring him?
No.
No.
He goes, "No, don't bring me."
I set him down gently.
We're gonna call you Runna. The last campaign.
You stood because I think that is a pretty cool nickname.
Let's
and I
go
run
before he starts
very
talking
fast.
again.
He's,
Sorry,
Too
it's
late.
Not a cool nickname.
I'm gonna call you Four Eyes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call you Bye.
Rude.
You guys aren't even wizards.
Well,
Ron's gonna just.
Except you, the bad kind.
Going to Astrophus' office.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys go up and knock on Astrophus's. It looks like he's been trying to peel like the lead off the doors and stuff, but like it's a process.
He's still in his office at 11.
Yeah, that sounds right.
He's
Yeah,
sitting
Fucking
there.
nerd.
He's a single dude, and like it doesn't matter if it's his office or his apartment. Really, he would be like propped up reading. But yeah, like
He's living that
Drinking
bachelor
tea.
life.
Where's his cat?
he comes to
So-
the door and he's like, "Hey, guys,
Professor Astrophus, there is a imminent threat to the nation of Vair and perhaps the rest of the world as we speak. We need to recruit you to help us call off this wedding that's about to happen. Are you in?
You
Oh,
remember
that shit
how
happens.
good I was in the last encounter. Nonetheless, I would assume the only reason the strong guys isn't graced my presence is to. So let's talk about what's going on. Everybody inside.
Can you find Nimbo and Ori and also who was that girl that came into the Star Druid girl, I think, who came with Ori and Nimbo to the hall?
But that didn't happen.
Oh, we retconned that? Yes, we did. Never mind.
That girl was still around.
Going to make tea. Anyone wants tea?
What was her name?
It doesn't matter anymore. Retcon.
Yeah, like, Astrophus is like, "Oh, I've been doing... have invisible servants grade a lot of the very early work. Just the early work. It was just like spell copying. Anyway, I have like 3 third levels left. So who? What?
Ori and Nimbo.
And Jira.
Jira.
Jira? Mm-hmm.
Well, Jira, you have Ascending Stone for, yes?
Yes.
I don't.
I have it.
Yeah.
I was specifically requested not to have that sending stone.
But like, yeah, Ori and Nimbo and...
Ember.
Okay. So he brings you all inside.
I'm gonna stand outside and talk to Jira.
I'm gonna warn the voices before I go inside.
Okay, you, I guess, message Jira and just tell him to come?
Yeah, well, I have the sending stone,
Yeah.
so I will say, in the professor's office, come as soon as possible.
Right. Give me like half an hour, and I will be there. Good to hear from you. I
He
have
will-
similar concerns.
He will get the vague impression, but receive nothing back that I've given him a thumbs up emoji.
It's not really message if it's just the ha-ha.
Red, thumbs up.
Yeah, so
It's just the
Jira
reaction.
says that Nimbo says he said, huh, what? And then like 2 minutes later the Strophus gets a sending from him and tells him to come if he can. You're not clear about where he is or what timeline that will happen, but you don't think it's tonight.
Mm.
You think he says he's on his way somewhere. He'll get here sometime tomorrow.
I'll come in when I'm done with Jira and say, Jira is on his way. Unclear how long that will be.
What does the message to Ember say?
You've never been needed more in Strassus. At Astraphus's office
Please come immediately.
as soon as you can.
I mean, last you knew she was in Vare. She was in Vare.
Yeah.
So she's in Vare. That's what you know. Do you say anything? I don't know if you want her, if you think she could reach out to the monastery or something. If that crosses your mind and what you do about it.
She. Trying to remember what I know about her abilities. Have I seen her send a message like them?
You haven't seen it. You know that, like, Ember doesn't have a ton of magical abilities,
No.
but she's often in the company of someone.
Yeah, so I say, okay, you've never been needed more. In Strassus at the academy, whoever you can bring that can fight. Please come. Yeah, at this point, Octavia has given up on anyone else that she knows.
Do we know what happened to the king? Had 2 sons.
Right.
Okay. Do we know what happened to the other ones?
No, but it doesn't seem as sinister. They're at least like 5 years younger than he is, and he was only like 18, 19. So they're younger. You haven't heard anything about them, but that doesn't strike you as unusual. You would assume they got the same like healing treatment that he has, and that they have their eyes back, and
So-
otherwise that they're
Probably
just
someone-
around.
Probably be at the wedding, but I wouldn't think that they were necessarily involved.
Someone will need to assume the crown.
I think that's several
And
steps
it
ahead.
would be best if that person was on our side.
Are we planning on killing the king?
I don't think he knows what he's getting into. I
Yeah,
think,
I feel like he's a pawn.
yeah.
He seems quite in power.
He also seems like kind of a dummy.
Perfect for Lily.
Yeah, she seems like kind of a dummy too. Seemed. We're
Rip.
we should wait to discuss political implications
Fair
until
enough.
Jira gets here.
Jira shows up.
Hey!
Hey!
Jira, let's discuss the political
Now,
implications.
time for, yeah.
We're looking for allies right now.
Jira's like, well. Go ahead.
Let me tell you what just happened with us.
Once Jira's caught up. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Once Jira's caught up, he's like, well, as far as the other boys go, it's kind of a toss-up. They are new. That's not what you say. Young. They're young. We just call them newborns. And, you know,
You only live 11 days, so.
that is a terrible rumor. I think you'll find our oldest have lived up to 27 years.
We've known him for longer than 11 days.
11 days! 11 days!
He's a kobold, though.
Yeah.
He's like, don't worry, the stilts make me larger than life.
Wow.
Okay.
It's not how it works. It is how disguise self works, though. That's been very important. And,
Yes.
yeah, he's like, the other two are a toss-up. You could try their father.
Dead or gave up the crown and retired to a coast?
Where do you be
honestly
looking for is
don't know.
abdicated.
It seems as though you were about to say something, you knew.
No, we're not supposed to acknowledge any of the. We're not supposed to acknowledge the rumors about retiring. If they actually do that. And the truth is, I don't know what happens. He said goodbye to me, like very. He was composed, and it seemed very. So either he was ready to die, or
He's
he
always
was
very
leaving.
composed
Yeah,
in a
it's
weird way.
hard. What we do know is we verified that this is in fact his son.
A letter of a man.
But
Dude,
like,
DNA tests? That's wild.
no,
Okay.
they have hidden physical markers that would prove they're from when they're very young.
Circumcision.
Well,
The
But they have several.
Oh,
star,
that's a cleanliness issue.
the star on his shoulder.
So it's
Oh,
late,
smiley
right?
face.
you know, he has one, just because I've been rewatching old episodes, this has come up. He has
Yeah.
one inside his bottom lip. You don't know where the other two are.
What?
He has a tattoo
Oh, okay.
that
Oh, yeah.
they don't
I was just
show
making
or
a JoJo
tell
reference.
people about.
Yeah, I was riffing.
In between circumcision and a star, we were headed very firmly in one direction. So, like, but like marks,
We can't be
multiple
trusted
physical marks.
Anything.
Anything.
And it said no, we verified by the lineage that just he is his son. But
Okay.
you could try to reach out to him.
I know of him. I could scry.
So we don't know if he's involved.
The king?
The
previous king?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the
No, I'm talking about
prince.
Retired.
And Jira's like, that's literally like a roll of the die as far as if he's alive or not. But he could be.
If he were, though, do we think his son would... His son might listen to him?
He abdicated. He
I think so.
He
What's a father
abdicated in a
talking to his son?
traditional takeover kind of way, though.
This man loved his children. I would hope they would
Like a
reciprocate.
way that was out of respect and has been how that's gone in Lacros. It wasn't like a ditching.
I could
of the
attempt to
crown.
reach out to him. We knew him very well.
how much? You have like different energies, spells, and stuff.
Yes.
You've got the one for scry.
Oh, I've got scrying. I have a crystal ball for scrying.
I think Alabroth does too.
You guys have basically essentially shared it as a component, but it literally will not matter at any point forever. So you both have the ability to do it. You
Oh.
buy separate ones at some point in the future if you both survive.
If.
Like,
I'll show Jira the list of like steps in the plan according to this
Well, that would be more sending, by the way.
goofy dead girl.
Scrying would just be like, is he around?
Yeah.
And I can make myself known to him, though.
you do. Sorry, with Jira, you do what?
I'm gonna share the steps of the plan as conveyed to us by a somewhat vague dead girl.
He listens really intensely, and at some point, as you're repeating the steps, he starts nodding along, and he's like, yes, this is a very outside possibility in our playbooks that could happen, but we didn't think it was likely. We knew, of course, about the Bear Council and the girl, and it seemed to be a good union and match, and we don't have the right to interfere anyway. But we were worried about this, but only as an outside chance.
Do you have something that means people can't read your mind? We don't have that. That doesn't matter. Okay.
I do.
What?
Oh.
I'm sorry, is my mind falling out?
We've talked about a plan where we try to continue with their plans up into a point where we can sort of ambush them
I thought they were coming here now.
within the next day.
Okay.
But I
So
don't
what?
know. I don't know what
We don't even know if the wedding reception could be happening tonight.
the rehearsal.
It'd be the rehearsal.
Bachelor party.
Yeah.
It could look like a rehearsal, but secretly they've made it the official wedding in order to accelerate plans.
Justice of the Peace. Yeah.
They eloped.
I've seen that
I
movie.
know, but if I'm worried about if we are going with that plan about people being able to read minds.
Yes. And anybody with true sight will be able to see through my disguise. There's nothing I can really do about that. I think maybe shock and awe is our best bet.
You know, one of
Doesn't
us-
this show through?
It super does. You're right. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't be disguised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Was Lithian tan? I can't remember if she was.
I mean, they have the high elf golden skin,
okay.
which means in a range of whatever, but like tan-ish.
Well, because
She's gold.
yeah. Because like if I use makeup and do that, that can get.
I mean,
through
like,
true
you
sight,
definitely, that could happen and that could come through true sight. I, as a DM, am struggling with the value of the disguise.
but, yeah, I think it's
At all.
a backup plan
I
if needed.
don't think that's a great idea because it's got too many points of failure.
That's why it's not a plan A, but it is if we get desperate.
It definitely could be. It's mainly what you learn from Lithium. You're worried about the council itself, and they don't seem hard to put in the same room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they're around, they're probably staying in the castle, maybe in a similar, like, wing or something. Like, you can do the disguise if you want. I'm struggling to see the value in the,
Yeah.
like,
I think as opposed to what we have right now, which is some idea that some people are doing this plan, the council and maybe others that are somewhere. But we do know where they're going to be. And I don't know that we have to sell the disguise to the council. We need to just sell the disguise to other people so that nobody calls off the wedding because the bride disappeared 24 hours before the wedding. We need to
That's true.
sell the disguise to her bridesmaids and her, makeup artist.
I could scry on the prince.
You could.
King,
What I'm
technically.
saying is, I don't think we need to sell the disguise to anybody important. We just need to get everybody in the chapel or the cathedral or whatever so that we know where they are. Right now we don't know where they are. We don't know who entirely they are. We know that there's a plan happening somewhere with some people. We know the steps of the plan, but we don't know everybody involved in the plan.
And the plan's a little vague because...
But if the wedding is still on, then most of the people involved in the plan are probably going to be at
Here.
the wedding.
And Jira,
So-
in a way that, like, you guys don't know him that well, but kind of betrays some sort of feeling is like, and you're just going to, what, target the civilians until they reveal themselves or no?
What?
With the civilians? You think the council will also be disguised?
No. I think that there will be a lot of other people that aren't involved in whatever this is
Yeah.
by their... They'll just be at the wedding because it's a royal wedding. And this is Jira's headspace. It's not Kat's.
No, it's an absolutely fair point.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there will be a lot of people there for the wedding. If they think the wedding is still going on, the council will congregate kind of, I think, no matter what, because they're all in this conspiracy together.
Well, if we're assuming that the Vare Council is staying in the castle right now, then maybe our best bet is to go right now before they even get to wedding preparations, before they catch on to where the hell is Lithian. We just show up and smash heads.
Jira's like, I can offer you some things. The rehearsal would never have been with her anyway. It is seen as below her station. So there will be a stand-in. Most people will not be expecting necessarily before the wedding. He's like, and of course there would be 2 makeup artists, 2 dressers, 2 of everything. So we can say because of timing. So we can help you out with some of that. Someone who is disguised as that you're a very pretty young man, like, sure, like, yes, we could use some of that earlier to just ensure. But yes, if you wish to be involved in the disguising of someone, that's fine. Otherwise, we can have a double who will do most of it, and most people wouldn't know. Because that was going to happen anyway.
What? So you have a double that looks enough like her?
Yes, for people who have not met her, especially in a veiled situation, we have a security double for her.
Okay.
So, I mean, you can be involved in that if it would be of value to you guys to be involved in leading up to an event. Or we can run it on our own, whichever you prefer.
I mean, do you have a way to get inside the castle?
Yes.
They're all not sleeping in the same room. What if we find them room by room? When they're isolated and it's all of us at once, one at a
I
time.
was gonna say, would you, Jira, consider it a good idea if we just, by means available, infiltrated the castle and tried to pick them off?
I can prepare silence so that no one would know what's going on in the rooms, possibly.
They will have, you could do that. We could do that. I, of course, can get you inside the castle's grounds. They will have some charts, depending on level of security, that are obscured intentionally, so we cannot know whose room for sure is whose. But within about 20 rooms, I'll know that area, so we can do that. There is several points in between here and there that are single passage at once. Passages to get inside the council, specifically to not have it infiltrated on a big scheme. So that would be risky to do, because there are checkpoints, and what I can offer is not infiltration. It's in fact servants' quarters and intentional security packages.
Yeah, the infiltrating would be the fact that we're
Right.
coming in
Not
with
employed
the
by the crown.
yeah,
Officially, of course.
and with the intent to disrupt rather than protect.
I might say to you that you look rather worse for the wear, and maybe on a fresh schedule is going to be best, but it is up to you.
Oh, yes.
You can try and go pick them off before you go to sleep if you want, but that's going to be a worse situation.
Yeah, we're running a little low on
Some of us.
capacity.
I got the crap kicked
we
out
could
of me.
we could take them out until we feel like we can't take on the next one, and then we just sleep in their room and get a long rest, and then we wake up bright
I
and
feel
early.
like that would
Scout
be
first.
No, I think
extraordinarily dangerous.
I think we should do that.
Some of us can become ethereal. We can scout. We can also scry. We can
Some of us need
find-
to go to sleep again before they can become ethereal.
that too.
I
I can't do it now.
I have something. Not that it's a great idea, but
What?
We're
Ron-
full of bad ideas.
I can turn into a ghost for a bit.
I'm sorry. What?
So can I. So can anyone. The trouble is turning back.
I mean, I can too if you give me an hour.
You've already been one.
So Rana has an ability called Ghost Walk. I can, and I assume a spectral form where I have a 10 foot flying speed. I can hover. Things have a disadvantage on me if we're in combat. I stay in this form for 10 minutes, or until I end it. If I end in like a space that's occupied, I take damage, but
Otherwise, it just jettisons you kind of out.
Yeah.
You take damage and it like spits you next.
yeah,
over
kind of like
you.
how it happened with
Yeah.
Ronnie, but
10 minutes.
I can move through walls and people like they're rough terrain.
Do people see you?
It doesn't say. It just says a spectral form, and I don't know in this capacity at night.
I would
for
say if you
example.
avoid interacting with their physical bodies, you're not detectable
Yeah.
really. So
Besides, what castle isn't haunted?
yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I
cool.
can cast astral projection, but only if I have a quick nap.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have some things that will reset
I
on
don't-
a short rest, but
I think it's a good plan, but I feel uncomfortable having you going in with no backup or means to pull you out. Sorry,
Understandable.
brother.
I'm just throwing it out there as a
It's a good.
for when when we are ready. We have
we have the means to scout.
Jared's like, so Ember's on her way, maybe with some students, maybe not.
Then we should rest.
Did you get a reply from Ember?
I didn't send a message. I can't.
Astrolphus did.
Oh,
Astrophus did. Ember said, in a way that like it's hard to say if she knew or not. Like she said that they were moving out all the people they can on boats. I don't know if it was a response to what you
Okay.
just said. Either way makes sense. It was either a response or she'd heard something
Do
similar.
we fully still even know what's going on where Ember is?
no.
We don't know where Ember is.
But if anyone has any idea what that was, I would guess Ember's probably pretty close to the top of the people most likely to understand what that was. And also the person with the most means to try and evacuate people.
I'm scrying on Ember.
Before you do that, Ember's gonna teleport, like
Ooh.
outside of the office,
Never
just to
mind.
like I'm seeing where your priorities are, and if your priorities are that high for Ember, then she's gonna teleport in, with Daniel by her side, the gray suit, gray tie guy.
If that is his real name.
Yeah.
Daniel,
love this man.
I don't think you were here. Daniel
remember
is
Daniel.
the
Daniel's
best worst
like, I'm
spy.
so tired.
He's 100% every single spy you've ever. Not James Bond spy, actual spy, where he's so plain that you don't notice him.
Ah.
The best spy.
He is
best
the most
spy.
regular looking guy
Yeah.
you've ever seen. He's attractive, but not silver fox attractive, with like a beard, grayish hair. You know, he looks like he's not as hot as your dad is, but
Fucking normal ass looking
But, like,
motherfucker.
We're on stream, okay? Don't do this to me.
I think it's amazing.
Hey, Gabe.
Stop.
Which I do find weird to say as well, because I know his dad. He's a casual friend
We
of
don't have
ours.
to go
Like, it's
into
not.
it.
No, but like he looks kind of like that. Not as he hasn't been building muscles for a long time. But like brown-eyed version of your dad, kind of.
Okay.
You look at him and you're like, yeah,
I would forget
He's-
your face every single
yeah.
time.
he's a guy who you probably wouldn't notice.
So it's not even, it's the personality without personality.
I see.
He doesn't come off as any kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she pops up. She pops up outside the office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did you come from?
Where did you go?
Huh?
No. Absolutely not. you
She's
fucking
like, I
asshole.
remember where I left you, and I went to the next place. That makes sense.
You left
At your
us
dad's place?
I think
his
so.
dad's place.
Yeah.
You, but where did you come from? Shut the fuck up.
I didn't say anything.
You were about to.
She kind of moves aside. This is in the doorway, I guess. And Alphin's standing right there, and he comes up and gives you a big hug.
Hello. Hi. Hi.
Old mentor.
Yes, your nerves are definitely under control, I see.
For the most part, is the monastery there? Is it destroyed? We saw a thing moving. I thought that everybody that I ever knew might be dead. Is that true?
He just gives you another hug. He's not that mission oriented.
Yeah.
He's like, oh. Like,
I can feel you.
Ron is just like,
and he lets you go, and he goes, huh? What? Nothing.
I don't know if anybody. This is Alphin.
I'm Alphin. Feel intimidated and subdued.
I will not.
Good.
Azra Bellicine.
It shouldn't. It's a waste of calories. Hello, Ezra. And you
What?
see like a firmer grip, and you see like a little tautness you hadn't expected. You're like, this guy's keeping it tight. Good for him. Just more spry than you expected. He looks like late 50s, spry but very like kind of balding, salt and pepper hair.
Yeah.
No beard
He's an elf,
mustache
so,
because
like,
they
fucking
can't do that.
200,
He's
300.
quite short for an elf. He's probably 5'6".
Before you got to
I
bald,
was about
I
to
was like,
compare
oh, that's
him
my
to an
dad.
attorney that I know.
He's got like that out in the sun look though.
I
that
see.
He's just like
Yeah.
some wrinkled in a charming way.
Mhm.
But yeah. And he goes, yes, they are evacuating all the people who weren't strong enough for missions anyway, but they are evacuating.
What?
What's happened? Why? What's happening?
There's a bright light everywhere.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
That's what she was
Do
waiting
you
for.
People
know
harmed
what it
by
is?
It's not destructive.
Huh?
Was it harming people? What?
Well, at the monastery, we didn't wait to see.
Hmm.
We had a few boats we use for like educational and whatever, and they're going to Treos, which is the nearest dock, until we confirm the sources.
Non-zero chance that Vader's going through a little mini sanitatum.
Good.
Or just destruction.
And
Or
you
destruction.
see him like, and this is the part you kind of see what Octavia sees. He goes, okay. In the next, what is the timeline?
No idea. No one here was there.
Cool. And what are we doing here?
We believe the. How much do we trust Alphin?
100%.
The rest
He's
of
fine.
you don't know him.
100% with my life would trust him with anything.
We believe.
Roll an insight
Done
check.
it.
Ooh, that's a natural 19 for a 25.
Oliphant is professionally disinterested. He doesn't care how much you trust him, he knows he is trustworthy. And
Wow.
you kind of catch that.
That's
like,
attractive.
You see a look from Octavia that you've only ever seen her give to Ember.
Oh.
It is that of a, and not 100%, but it is that of a child looking at their parent. It's like when you're riding in the back seat and you know your dad's driving, so nothing's going to happen to you.
Aww.
Yeah. But- And you, in between Octavia saying that and Allison being like, who's here? Like you start to get it. You're like, okay,
What was the question?
what are we doing?
Yes. The Vare Council, what is left of the Vare Council, seem to be...
Or an assembly? Like the...
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Of this, okay.
They seem to be the architects of this plan in league with the God of Destruction, Karad.
Oh, great.
There's a lot about the specifics we are unsure of, but we know that a marriage between the current king and one of their own, Lithian Dawnstar, who is now dead, is somehow critical to that plan. So we're hoping to at least disrupt the wedding. Hopefully, maybe get them and take them in. Perhaps stop anything proceeding further before it even gets to the wedding.
So
You see Elephant, like, size you up quite thoroughly, glances at Astraphus and goes, one of yours, old friend? And they go over, they give each other a firm embrace, and he's like, you always did, like, the troublemakers. And then, like...
Literally trying to stop the trouble.
Yes.
So the plan, as we understand
I
it,
guess he sees
was
this.
that the council was going to come to Astraphus. I mean, not Astraphus. Strasus,
Yeah.
where Astraphus lives. Have a royal wedding, and Lithian was
Lithian, yeah.
Lithian was going to be queen. Something about her parents, and that something would be happening to Vare, and that it had already started happening, but we weren't able to get enough information out of her to understand like how fast it's happening or what it does.
But it is a feature of Karad.
But it's related to this plan to summon Karad.
In
there
her
was-
passing, it seemed that she had become an avatar of Karad, and we defeated her, but of course Karad is still incoming. She alluded to that in some of her last words.
Her, I think her literal last words was that he was coming.
Yeah.
So this would be quite a bit different than the Sanitatum in causing, if our understandings are correct.
Yeah,
Is that true?
Part of the plan was full, like going the full distance with outlawing religion in the nation of Vare, and we know that with the Sanitatum, the Sanitatum was initiated because of people's lack of religion, and so.
Right, and we, as far as I know, have not confirmed this, but the monastery, the people who are devoted to, like, their research, believed that it was all gods that caused the last Sanitatum.
Yeah, and
Yes,
this could.
And he doesn't know. He hasn't had it confirmed in the same way you guys have.
Yes, so
It's
that
true.
is-
This could be
Oh, okay.
related to the Sanitatum, or it could just be some sort of destructive thing,
Yeah, it
because
could
that's
be
what
brought
Karad is.
about by different events,
Yeah.
I suppose. And a
Um,
god of destruction would be more dangerous than no gods.
Yeah, and then her next step here is boring political stuff. But because of what we understood to be the implications of what the council and the king had been saying prior to this fight, the fact that their next step is going to Rexterra is we believe that they're planning to make war on Rexterra again.
Wait, she said boring political stuff and
Boring.
then Rexterra?
Yes.
So the boring political stuff is probably an attempt to do the same thing that they did in Baya, yes?
And then she said something about no crazy gods, which I think is reflective of Karad potentially planning to destroy the gods that aren't him.
Alphen and Ember exchange a look, and it's all. You've never seen it happen to Ember. Ember was like, "Yes, I'm keeping up." And you kind of see through that in a moment with her as they nod at each other, and Alphen's like, "Well, you would come to Lacros first, wouldn't you? Rextera has much deeper faith in its individual communities, right? I believe you look quite like him. Is your father sister?
Yes. Yes.
You look like a Drarude."
I am.
You're the only cleric among you.
Yes, I was one of the only ones to.
That's fair. But yes, much deeper in their individual, what are you, burrows? Yes? Kind of, he's talking about clan gods. You in the lower boroughs of Blackrest, which is where most people live, they have kind of more of a kobold district and a goblin district. And you guys do tend to
It's just a little
like,
Chicago.
party together. This is Boys Town. That you do party together, but it tends to mostly be the Dragonborn in that group. But they pull in other people, like
Yes,
your
yeah.
sister married a Triton, like.
Oh, she's wonderful. Sorry.
Yeah,
Getting distracted.
but you see, like, he's confirming with you because he hasn't spent a lot of time in Rexter, but he's like, yes, deeper kind of community-focused gods would make them harder to overcome if you're trying to enforce similar legislation.
Yeah, she also said that everyone who's anyone was involved. It was a little unclear whether or not she was talking about how high profile the marriage was going to be, or whether or not it's that the higher ups in Lacros and Vare were all collaborating.
That is difficult. I imagine there will be quite a few people there who have some level of corruption involved. The nobles in this land were never crazy about the fact that we gave up the natural resources that Rexter brings, but giving them their selves as a nation was the only right outcome, I believe. So yes, I'm sure there will be people there that are complicit, but it doesn't sound like specifically powerful people.
Yeah, like I said, she was a little vague, both then temperament. So it wasn't clear whether she was bragging about the guest list for the wedding or talking about the evil plan that she asked us to overthrow whenever she was no longer possessed.
Astraphus, in a weird moment of kind of insight, is like, did she know she was dead?
After a
question. I
fashion.
didn't think so.
She seems to know that at first and then kind of forgot about it, and we reminded her and she kind of seemed to quickly forget again.
It sounded like she knew that she was dead, but she thought that just because she was dead, she was still having this wedding and everything was okay. I don't think it's
I think
for her.
your specific experience lends you to that's not that weird.
Yeah.
That like just because it is the god of that you've seen enough of that confusion that you're like,
Yeah.
that's normal-ish. So like yeah, with Brana's stuff, Brana specifically clocked and feels very confident that she's not that bright.
Yeah.
Like that was more of it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
She's just kind of not keeping all of her cards in her hand.
The lights were on, but nobody's at home.
Oh, the lights are very much out.
Oh no, they were on.
They were temporarily on.
Rude. That's sort of what we have.
Okay, so I bet I'm going to be as good in combat as you are. And Astraphus goes, they tell you about last time. They didn't tell you last. It's not great. And Alphin's like, yes, well, okay, so who are you guys reaching out to?
Well, we reached out to Ember.
She'd be a
Reach out
good one.
to-
She's been active in combat.
Holy fucking shit.
Sorry
So
about
loud.
dropping that
Dumbass.
on your floor.
You,
Astratus.
The cat just knocked something over.
as far as you know, it was the cat.
Shackles is not here
Oh,
anymore.
Where is Shackle?
I thought.
no.
I didn't want Shackles was a direct one-to-one for my... So anyway, you see like there's a little giant gray cat that's running around.
Ah.
That's running into walls and stuff.
I was about to say a kitten familiar.
His
Gonna
name
be-
is Pummer.
Amazing. We could, we have sort of people that we just sort of reach out to everybody that we've come across.
We should
We've
know.
got
Sorry, go ahead.
we've not got a firm enough plan to know who we're reaching out to.
2 other wizard students of my caliber would be on their way.
I believe the king should be notified of what his son is doing.
Would you describe
Do you
Nimbo
believe that
as
there
of
are
your
other
caliber?
students of your caliber?
Roll an insight check.
Like 20.
I'm also rolling an insight check, but it is for whether or not you believe that Nimbo is as skilled as you are.
Mine is if you believe that literally anybody in the universe is on your caliber wizard.
Yeah, we.
The rest of the session is for gathering resources and preparing spells.
When
got a hard
when,
no, yeah.
when players are rolling against each other, is it still meets it beats it, or do you have to roll higher?
I think whoever's being more passive has meets it, beats it over the other person. That's what... Like, if somebody's trying to see something in you, then you have meets it, beats it for I don't let them.
Okay, so
That's the
yeah.
direction I thought.
Ezra has had a very uncharacteristic turnaround and believes wholeheartedly in Ori and Nimbo's abilities.
Okay.
27. Do I believe that she believes that
No!
Nimbo is that good?
No! She's
When Azra says,
I didn't need
like,
to roll to know that.
my caliber,
I wouldn't have rolled
Azra's
either.
internal stuff is like I always had to say on my level
Yeah.
Yeah.
about.
Okay. Yeah. Nimbo.
you're because you rolled 7 higher. You think that she is saying what she thinks is an encouraging thing to say, or a thing that she should be saying.
Okay, that makes sense.
Like she's being polite and hopeful, but in her heart of hearts, no.
Okay.
Hey, she didn't always have the presence of mind to do those things.
Yeah.
So, like,
This is character
Well,
growth.
Well, and Ronnie doesn't question whether or not she actually would believe that about Ori because they're the same age, but Nimbo was several grades lower than her, which is why he's like, really?
So yeah, we reached out to people that are essentially the same as Azra, Ori, and Nimbo. So I got a Stratus. Who's better, but apparently he sucks. Who else?
Astraphus is very skilled.
We ran into a fighter.
Astraphus goes, in my defense, I did not get to prepare my spells for that encounter.
So
Could be a little more useful.
I was thinking, yes, lots of counter spells, lots of magic weapons.
I also ran into some
The
sort of
weapons will be harder for me, but the counter spells I can do.
Of course.
There's some fighters. There was a fighting pit with Tabaxi, who's quite good in a fight.
Is she the one who fought with us, with the Oblex? Who's
yeah.
the Tabaxi that
Yes.
fought with us?
Yeah,
her name's
Sylvie.
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 I was just thinking about Sylvie.
She lives in Rextera though. I don't know if she would
If
be.
she can get, I don't know, they've got to have wizards in Rextera, yes? Her and
Presumably.
who else?
Can't imagine them not having it.
I don't know, does anybody else have powerful people? I mean, I ran into a gnome at the border, but I don't think you'd be much help.
I am powerful.
I insist on the king.
You want to try and recruit the king to defeat his own son?
Yes.
Okay.
If the king is
Would the-
available.
Would the king fight, or would the king help talk the son out of being engaged with the plot?
He would be a figure that would maybe bring others over to our side.
He does have influence.
That's for sure. Yeah. It's a
He
good
was
idea.
he was very well respected.
Mhm.
Also, were a child of mine doing something of this sort, I would want to know.
What about your father? Would he help? Can he?
I could ask him. I'm not entirely sure he would concern himself, but we could try.
There's also an argument to be made that if the plan is to make war on Rextera, would removing your father from the defense of them be detrimental
If we fail?
if we fail?
Mm.
We have
You
to-
know that your dad is a very big fan of hearing about things before they become threats. He's very much a planned encounter person. You don't know if he has the magic resources to just get here, but you would guess that he has more resources than ever he has because he's part of the official ruling
I will
council
step out of the
Rextera.
room and let him know.
Yeah, he
Because I
should,
can't do it in here.
yeah.
I mean,
I mean, he
if-
should definitely know. It would
I'm
be a
gonna-
matter of
I'm
whether or
gonna
not
just
he leaves.
Create a sending in 25
Yeah,
words
I'm
or
gonna
less.
make
What
you
was-
play this out.
Well,
What do
no,
you
no.
say to your dad, who you're low contact with?
But before you talk to him, if we can get Sylvie and your dad together, maybe it's worth 2 teleport spells on my part to get 2 extra fighters in with us. I could go to Rixdale, grab him, and bring him back. It's powerful spells, but 2 extra people to fight with us is pretty good.
Okay.
Just
I
something
mean,
to
I can
mention.
send 2 sending spells. I know Sylvie, I know my dad, so
Yeah, and I've got 9 sending left.
then
Wait.
Actually, yeah.
You sent to a couple, I thought. 2 or 3.
I thought Astrophus sent. I never sent a
Jira
sending
was a
spell.
Strophus, Nimbo was a Strophus, Aura
Jira was me.
Jira was you, sorry.
Yeah.
With the rock,
So
yeah. Yeah.
Ember and Alphen came together, Ori and
Yeah.
Nimbo, so they haven't used any.
Nope.
Also, there were 3 that was a
then
Strophus.
Orion. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Ember.
Yeah,
Ori.
Strophus sent Ori, Nimbo, Ember.
Yeah. I probably don't need all 9 sending. If you need to say that some of them were me, I can take that.
It's going to go into the final list of who you have. But, like, yes, some of them would need to be you. Who
Yeah.
do you reach out to anybody?
I mean, bringing us here and then reaching out to Nimbo and Ori, those are basically, from my personal life, those are my contributions.
I will say, I think, like, Astrophus reaches out to them routinely enough that it is going to take multiple sendings, so you do have to tack on to 2 of them.
Okay.
So 2 of those go away from that.
Alright.
And then,
You could reach out to Sylvie, though,
Sure. Yeah.
because you met her.
yeah.
Can you tell my dad what's happening?
Sure.
Thank you.
Do I know that you know what my dad looks like?
Nope. We never talked about it.
Fuck, okay.
Sorry.
So-
You
don't,
met my
but
dad.
You can roll an Arcana check on whether you've observed sending work with people that you don't know.
well, I don't want anybody to have to hear this, so
6.
I do step out of the room for
Yeah.
it.
Well, I mean, you have to anyway.
There's privacy wherever you want it. What do you say to your dad?
Father, the world could be ending. I need your help, if you can. Despite whatever happens, I love you, Dad.
You wait, and I think probably instinctively you give up too fast. Like, I don't think you've ever reached out to your dad this way, right? Probably not.
the world could be ending. So
Yeah. And so, like, you wait, like, 10 seconds or something, and you're like, you just kind of like, okay, well, I guess other people have parents that, like, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, 25 seconds later, as you're about to go back inside, you hear him say, I will rally all the support that we have. If you can tell me where you are, that might be helpful. But I can get a ride almost anywhere. Your mother says hi.
I tell her I'm in Straphus, and thank you.
So,
Having the town be named Strassus and the teacher be named Astraphus is
Sorry, I did say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
so
I
easy to
love
mix
it.
up.
I have
Ask
a
him-
friend named Dallas. Like, that shit just happens.
Go ahead.
Ask him how quickly he could get here himself.
basically, it
Nah.
takes...
We need everybody. He's coming. If my dad said that, he's coming, and we need to just let him do it.
I think the head of security rallying people is not
The-
going to take that long.
If he answered me
Well,
like
true,
that,
but
he's
getting
on.
them from one country to another.
Someone's got to have
Teleportation.
teleport within that.
Somebody's going to have
Maybe.
teleport, but they had to rest and prepare it. They had, like, a utility...
Then I want to send
Okay, all right.
one more to Sylvie.
Oh, he got Sylvie.
Oh,
I mean, you can if you want. You know Sylvie better than I
since
do.
I'm out there,
Yeah.
I just messaged Sylvie.
What do you say, Sylvie?
If you're looking for a fight, and I know you are, find my father right now.
You don't want to tell her the world might be ending?
Doesn't matter. Sylvie's coming to throw hands.
That's true,
For
actually.
applause.
was
Sylvie would
so
not be
Sylvie,
concerned with the
no.
circumstances. She would have heard
Sylvie's
exactly
doing
what I
that.
said and said,
Yeah,
oh, wrapping up the hands. Let's go.
Henry Catville, am I right?
Honey, watch the kids. I got some ass to whoop.
Have a good time, dear.
Yeah, she rolled a high enough insight to pick up on your tone, and she's going to bring what's-his-face with her. What is the dad's name?
Mac.
Mac. Mac is coming with her. He's also a fighter. He's not as much a fighter as she is, but, like, the boys are old enough to stay
They can watch
home
themselves.
and play with your Warhammer and stuff.
He's like, the youngest is 13. They are legally allowed to stay home alone.
He's a Maine Coon,
Okay.
and that's why his name is Mac, and she is a silver bangle, and that's why her name is Silver.
I have one more question that could be saved for next session.
No, we're doing questions and stuff.
All right. Would your mother care enough?
I don't know.
Could send her a message.
I
Just saying.
plenty of
it's
messages
a
to
fucking
send.
archfey.
It would make for a good story.
It would make for the best story. She saved the world.
She would win the gossip circle for a while.
For 1,000 years.
How much do you want to know about your mom and how she would respond? Like, what do you think? Did they build some stuff? Did they not build some stuff? It's wherever you are on that is fine.
I think she should be reached out to, and that letting them know about the urgency of the problem is not going to be like a productive thing to do.
Yeah, that's true. We gotta make it interesting. Let's
I was
spice it
gonna
up.
say,
You remember that, like when you were really, really young, your dad, around the time they do the the healing New Year and all that you used to send in a list of stuff. You would get that list. Reaching out to your mom is going to provide you the spell component stuff for like cool stuff that needs to be cast, and can provide any emotional resolution that Mia would like Ronnie to have.
Ronnie is truly not in need of in need of an emotional resolution with her.
Karad's a little bitch.
But he will make his Christmas list. And you can, if you can think of something that sounds exciting and ripe for like fawning and flattery, that might entice her to come down here and potentially interact directly in whatever magical way Jinn are capable of fucking up some people. You're more than welcome to, but I don't know how you...
Okay,
I don't know how you do that.
yeah. So
Sorry, in-game mode.
well, her name is Zafira.
Zafira.
Zafira. Dear Zafira, do you want to be able to tell all your friends how you really fucked with the gods' plans? Does that sound entertaining to you?
Then come on down.
Then come on down to Strassus
Woo!
in the morning.
I'm gonna roll just in case. No. So, she answers back and she goes, "Oh dear, is this one of those, like, pick a star off the tree, buy all those things? Because I wasn't gonna do that this year."
I can't respond to that because it's her response to sending.
Yeah.
It's a new sending. Like,
She sent a new sending, which she
She
did.
just can't be fucked to be like, replying is so subservient.
No, this is just like one of the biggest events that has ever happened on the face of this plane before. If you want to miss it, that's up to you.
She goes, I can't wait to
FOMO.
see it later. We have our own, like, troop that comes up and tells us the story of how we interacted inside
us!
the world.
Fuck!
It is you guys.
Yeah.
She doesn't remember
She fucking
that.
forgot who we were.
God damn it. There's one sending wasted.
Okay.
It's not wasted. The Christmas list thing happens.
Yeah.
So, like, if you want to, like, and you can, if you need, like, if there's something you want as well, that's fine. But, like, you guys can put, like, your hero's feast. You can get the component.
Yeah,
to
I'll just,
cast
like,
it. That's how you're going to find
huddle
anything special.
Write
that
down.
you want.
Right?
write down the Christmas list, because
And now Zafira
Ronnie can
is
go
an
on a
X, I
nature
guess.
walk and get his components. So
Yeah, but if you have any
Who's
cool
Aisha?
ranger stuff, you
I can
want
do
to
it.
send me.
So.
Okay.
Like,
I'll look.
All right.
I will turn to Octavia. I know obviously we're trying to prevent anything from happening, but with my crystal ball, I can scry at will. I'm not very familiar with either of them, but would you like me to attempt to scry on your parents? And then I have several sendings left. If I can successfully scry upon them, I could send them a message.
I'm gonna try and describe or draw or something to my parents.
roll a intelligence check.
9.
Now, here's the funny thing. When I'm trying to scry on her dad, I have seen her dad before. Does he
But
count?
Do you know them?
There's the thing. I don't know that I have, but it's unclear. Do I have to know that I?
History check.
Okay.
Yeah. So
No, that's a 2.
basically, you guys don't know if they were the right people because she can't see in your crystal ball.
Yeah.
So like
So-
you don't know. You did something.
So I am going to cast scrying. They get a +5 to the roll because I only know them secondhand, but it is a 22 wisdom save. And they can fail it if they want.
They fail it. You talk to somebody.
Okay. I see her parents. Are hard out now?
Yeah, my heart that's now.
All right. Cool. We can do.
Kara's gonna be like, where do you want to fight? A cathedral, a mountaintop, or on the shore of the sea?
I think a cathedral.
I was gonna say I like a cathedral.
It fits with what we're going for.
The other two are favorite terrain for me.
Oh, okay, that's right.
What do you get in the favorite terrain? Would it have helped in combat?
Advantage on intelligence. That is it for this session. We will see you next time. It's tentatively scheduled for 2 weeks for the final combat and everything. And as we always say, keep on nerding.
Keep on
Keep on nerding!